Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening to all. Let us start our today's session. Today we will start with the next transformation is called Lookup Transformation. So Lookup Transformation is very important transformation. Most of the real-time mapping we will use this transformation. So what is this lookup? So in our Excel sheet we have the concept called VLOOKUP, right? So VLOOKUP means we need some data. So we look up that particular data from other sheet or in the same sheet, we will fill it up. Similarly, we have already seen joiner transformation, homogeneous join, heterogeneous join. So both we have seen. What is joiner will do? So we need some informations. So for this particular matching column, we will join it and then we will get the remaining column details, right? So lookup is nothing but, okay, I need some details. So here I have one table. Okay, assume that. So here I have one table. I have some ID column here, some ID column. Okay, some product ID. So product ID is coming from the source, but I do not know what is the product name. So simply I'm getting the product ID. So product ID we have, but product name I have in different table. So then how can I get? Okay, this is the product table. So here also I have the product ID, right? So product ID. So product description, but I need a description for this product ID. So what is the product ID is coming from here from the left hand side. So product ID 100 is coming from the source end. One record it's coming product ID 100. For that I need product description. So this 100 I will take it from here. I will join it with this product ID. Okay, here 100, if any 100 is there, it will match, and the respective product description we will get it. Okay, for example, you have the Aadhaar ID, Aadhaar number. So by using, so you are having some bank, only Aadhaar number we have. So can I get your name and mobile number? Yes, we have them. So definitely we need to have some government authentication, authorization to get the values. But if I have that authorization, yes, I will have the Aadhaar table. So with this Aadhaar number, I can go and hit this table, get all the details like name, mobile number, other details I can read, date of birth, address, everything we can get it right. So this is the similar way we will do in our lookup. Okay, so you can ask me the questions. Already we have source joiner and joiner transformation. Then why do we need extra one transformation? In source transformation, we can do only source side, we can do the joins, right? So all the tables should be in the same database. So why do we need joiner? Joiner means heterogeneous sources. Okay, this is different sources, this is different sources, and then you can have another sources also. Heterogeneous sources we can join by using joiner. Common column it's needed. We can perform inner join, master outer, detail outer, full outer join, right? So these type of joins we can perform. And why do we need lookup? So anywhere in the pipeline. So here joiner is there in the source side, right? Source side only we can join. But this lookup, so I'm creating lot of transformation logic. Okay, transformations we are using lot of transformations. So I have many transformations here. With this transformations, data is flowing from one end to another end. So this way it's flowing one end to another end. So in that case, I have to get the details in the midstream of the pipeline. Okay, here I have the data. I need to look up. I need to get the details. So this way, if I want to get, yes, I can go for the lookup. So lookup transformation is a transformation anywhere in the pipeline. We can look up some values. We can get the values here. So in IICS also, we have connected and unconnected lookup. So connected means the transformation will be there in the pipeline. If it is unconnected means the transformation will not be there in the pipeline. Okay. Similarly, we have cached lookup, uncached lookup. So both we have. By default, lookup is cached lookup only. We can go for uncached lookup also. So based on the data, it will do that. And we have the lookup types like a persistent lookup, static lookup. Okay, so dynamic lookup cache, all this we have. So we will see one by one all the concept. And for example, if I take this particular one, so what is lookup? So lookup transformation used to retrieve the data based on specified lookup condition. Okay, based on the lookup condition, we have to retrieve the data. We can go for lookup transformation. So lookup transformation to retrieve values from a database table for a code. So we can have the code number ID column from the source data. Yes, we can get the source data. We have the connected lookup, unconnected lookup. We have this way. So this is connected lookup. For example, this is connected lookup. This is our source, product ID, supplier ID. Many ID columns is coming from the source. We have the source transformation. Okay, so in Informatica IICS, we do not have any source qualifier. We have source transformation only. But here in the target or next transformation, I need product name and product description. Do we have any product name here from the source? No, we do not have any product name. Product description, no, but I need here. So then I can look up. Okay, anywhere in the pipeline to bring the data, look up the data, product ID we can match and take the data outside. So this transformation is called lookup transformation. This transformation there in the pipeline, so it is called connected lookup. So whatever we have seen for our joiner transformation, so that we will take it for, so this one. So we can look up table or flat files. Similarly, source also a table or flat files. So lookup transformation is always left outer join. Okay, sometimes interview they will ask, so what is the difference between joiner and lookup transformation? So joiner, by using joiner, we can perform 4 types of join, but by using lookup transformation, we can perform only one join, that is called left outer join. Okay, how do you say this left outer join? For example, left, we are getting 100 records. Okay, so from left table, which is left table here? The source table is left table. So this is our left table. Lookup table is right table always. So source, I'm getting 100 records. So this 100 records will flow to target, all the 100. And for this product ID, we need to take product name description. For example, product ID, some value is coming. Okay, some 1000 it's coming, product ID. So here 1000 is there. 1000 will match, and product name description, it will populate here. So one more record is coming, 2000. It's coming from the source, but 2000 is not there in the lookup table. So in this case, so 2000 automatically it will come to target here, the record. Okay, but what could be the product name or description? We will get null only. So that's the reason. So because for 2000, we do not have any product descriptions or product name. So that's the reason we'll get null value here, product name. So if I get values for these columns, and if I get null value for these 2 columns, then this particular join is called left outer join. Okay. So sometimes interview, they will ask this type of questions. You should know clearly. So what is this left outer join, all this, okay? Just I will take the lookup transformation. Let me connect to IICS. So is lookup table concept are same in all cloud environments like AWS, Azure, only related to IICS. Yeah. So lookup concept is same. For example, if you are going to work in Azure environment or AWS environment or Snowflake environment, all the concepts are same. ETL concepts are same. How the data is flowing from the source end. So what is the staging layer we are performing? Just we are landing the data. After that, we are doing the aggregations, right? Dimension table load, fact table load. So doing that aggregations, all this, then it will be consumed by reporting team, right? This concept is same across all the cloud. So whoever is using the BI business intelligence, this concept is same. The only thing is that the tool will be different. So we can do same kind of ETL process by using Azure also. Azure ADF we can do. Snowflake, yes, we can do. AWS we can do. And the other cloud also we can perform. Okay, GCP also by using BigQuery, we can do all this. And here, so first we will complete connected lookup. Just I'll go to this data integration. So I will take this table. So I hope you have already completed joiner transformation exercise. You should have complete idea about this table, T underscore employees underscore department, right? So I need the department name here, department name and location ID for all the employees. So just I'm truncating this table, truncate table, table name. So I do not have any data in the target. This is a source table. For each department ID, I need the department name. So what could be the lookup table? I'm going to look up departments table. Okay, this table. Okay, 80 and 80 lookup. So take the department name outside. And here, location ID outside. For connected lookup, for example, in Informatica IICS, if this is the source. So what is the source here? Employees table, right? Employees table. So what are the columns are there? You can take any table. For lookup also, yes, you need to have a common column. So starting from employee ID to department ID, I have all the columns, right? So department ID, employee ID to department ID, I have all the columns. It has all the columns, okay? I need, so here I need, so department name and location ID, right? So two way I can take. What is the way? Either I can go for joiner or lookup. So this time I'm going for the lookup department underscore name, location underscore ID. These details I need. Okay. So here what I'm going to do in Informatica IICS, we have to take the lookup here. So then we have to join like this, right? We'll take the column from here. We will match it. We will get the return put. But in IICS, we can take in the pipeline itself. Okay, so this way we can take pipeline lookup. So which table? It is departments table lookup. So what is the common column? So we will take all the columns to this lookup. This column we will join. It's nothing but department underscore ID. Here also we'll go for department ID. Then we'll have the department name and department location ID, right? Location, very simple. You join these two, so take the column outside. That's it. Okay, so this way we can take other columns we can take. So lookup is always left outer join. So we can perform non-equi join also. So this is the way we can take. And performance wise, which one will be better? Either lookup or joiner. See, it is based on the particular scenario. So how many records you have? Okay. So what is the join condition you are going to have? So what is the bigger table? smaller table. So those, based on those, it will vary. So when do we look up on source on target side? So when the table is available on both sides. Yeah. So if I want to compare the target data along with source data, yes, we will use target table lookup. So because sometimes the data is coming from the source, it may be already available in the target. So no need to do again transformation logic. If there is no insert or update logic, so why should I bring this data to target? Right, already data is available already here. So that time we will look up the target table. Okay. So we will see in detail. So connector lookup and joiner equi-join are same. So connector lookup, joiner. Okay, for example, sometimes interview they will ask, you need to connect heterogeneous sources, but you should not use joiner. How will you do? By using lookup only. Okay. So connector lookup, unconnected lookup. So both will perform similar to joiner, but unconnected lookup will go for different reasons that I will explain. Equi-join means the join condition, whatever here we are using, if it is equal condition, that is equi-join. If it is not equal condition, less than, greater than, these type of join conditions, then that is called non-equi-join. By using joiner transformation, we can perform only equi-join, but by using lookup, we can perform non-equi-join also. Okay. Is lookup is active or passive? Oh, okay. So wait for some time. These questions I will answer later because first I will complete lookup. Okay. So I hope you are clear. So this architecture you are clear, right? If you are clear, then I can go ahead and then take this lookup. For example, here, first I will take the connector lookup. So even if you are not able to understand, please stop me and ask me. I'll explain. Lookup is very important. Okay. M underscore connected lookup. Connected lookup. If you ask me, for connected lookup, do we need to have common column? Yes. Based on common column only, we can look up from some values. Otherwise, we cannot do. I'll go to source. Source we can take as it is the source table. It's coming from the source. But I need to get some lookup values for this. Department ID. For each employee, I need to get the department ID. So how can I take? Either I can go for source qualifier joiner, that is source joiner, here multiple object, or I can go for joiner, or I can go for lookup. So just you take transformation is called lookup transformation. So this lookup transformation, it is there in the pipeline. Okay, that this is the pipeline, right? This is the pipeline, ETL pipeline. So how the water is flowing from source to target. Similarly, the data is flowing through the pipeline. Okay, this is called pipeline. So this is the connector lookup because it is there in the pipeline. Double click on the lookup. Let us open it. Go to see general. You can see unconnected lookup. So don't select it as of now. It's a connected lookup. Go to lookup object. You take the lookup object. Okay. Lookup object is, which object is lookup object? Departments table is the lookup object. Where this departments table is available, it is available in the source connection itself. So select source connection or target connection. Wherever it is available, take that connection. Even if the data is available in the S3 file, yes, that also you can take. So we can take S3, BigQuery. So wherever you want to take, yes, you can take all this. So now I'll go to select. I'll select the lookup object. So what is the lookup object here? Departments table. So just to take this departments table, multiple match I will explain on Monday. So here advanced option also I will explain next sessions. So go to lookup condition. So what is the lookup condition? So here also we got the conflict. So have you seen this type of error in any of the previous transformation? What is the transformation? Do you remember? We have seen same kind of field name conflict. Where? Yes, exactly. It's a joiner transformation, right? Yes. See, this is what you should know all this. Even small concept also, if you practice it, so definitely it will be very easy for you to fix the issue in real time. Okay. Resolve field name conflict. Just go here, select source prefix. We can mention that source underscore or EMP table name underscore also. Click on the plus symbol here, take the lookup field. So what could be the join condition? Department ID. See here we have non-equi join also. Sometimes we will perform non-equi join. Normally, most of the time we will go for equi join only. Sometimes less than, okay, this column less than or equal to this column. So all this we'll have. Just we are taking equal, but joiner we cannot perform non-equi. So here we can perform non-equi join. So what is the common column? Department ID equal to department ID. So both data types should be same. If it is decimal, it should be a decimal. Okay. So normally most of the cases it will be decimal only. So then return field. So return field is nothing but the field which is available in lookup table. So if you take departments table, so how many fields are available? Department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. So those 4 columns will be available here. So return field will have the lookup table columns. Okay. For example, this table, how many columns are there? Department ID, department name, manager ID, and location ID. So I will connect a department ID from department ID. Then what columns I need here? Department ID will match. Then what else column I need? Department name, location ID I need from this table. Do I need this manager ID column from this table as of now? No. For example, in real-time project, lookup table contains hundreds of columns, but we are looking up only one column value. So then you can take, so that column alone. Remaining column, if you do not want from the lookup, just remove it. So why are you removing? If you ask me, whenever lookup is running, very first Informatica will take this table into a cache memory. Okay, so lookup will be taken into the cache memory. That means Informatica server. Okay, infra server. So cloud server, it will take this table caching. It will compare this value. It will produce the value here like this. But here, why we are removing the column? Because if I have hundreds of columns here unwantedly, it will create unnecessary lookup caching. The cache size will be more. So that's the reason we are removing unwanted columns. If you need the column, you can keep it here itself. Okay, just to remove. So here itself. So department ID will be pulled from source, right? Yeah, department ID is coming from source only. We are not going to take department ID from here, but I need to match it, right? Department ID from lookup, department ID from incoming field. So that is a condition we made it here. So that is the reason I'm asking you to practice SQL. These are the SQL concept only, joiner concept. So go to next, target, take the target table. Just very simple. So lookup is always left outer join. Truncate and load, field mapping. I'll do the smart map. See here all the columns from employees table. So this department ID is coming from both locations table and department table, but this column is from locations table. If you do not want from locations table, that is department table. Sorry, this column is from departments table, not location table. This column from department table. These columns are from employees table. So, but this department ID, if you need employees table, just to remove and you can take employees underscore department ID. Okay, save this. The lookup should be valid now. We will run it. Okay, just I'm running. So lookup is always left outer join. So how many records we are getting from the source? Yes, it will not filter out any record. We will get all the record here. Succeeded. All the 107 records has been loaded. So now we will check it in the target table. It should have loaded now. Department name and location ID. So this way it should have loaded. So can we take department ID from lookup table? Yes, we can take. We can take. So both are equal only, right? We'll get the same value. So it's matching, right? Matching only will get. See here, null value on the right hand side. It means it's a left outer join, right? So because this department ID is not matching in the lookup, but it's coming from the source. So that's the reason lookup is always perform. It will perform left outer join. But I want to make lookup is inner join. Sometimes interview they'll ask. Lookup is inner join. It means we have to filter out this record. Am I correct? Where can I filter this record? So can I use lookup filter here? So lookup filter, lookup source filter can I use? No, I should not use here. I have to use after lookup transformation filter. After lookup only I will get to know whether it is null or not, right? So in the filter, we have to filter out the department name. Wherever it is coming null, we have to filter out. So you have to go for advanced. The advanced department name is not null. So for that, we have to use not of is null of department name. So validate to be valid. Click OK. Then save. Run it. If I run, how many records previously we have? 107. So now it will load only 10. Okay, see here 106 records only has loaded. One record is filtered out. So because we have removed this null value. So this is also one of the interview questions. They will ask sometimes, how will you make lookup is inner join? Okay. So this is the way we have to make inner join. So whatever I'm saying interview questions, so definitely they will ask these type of questions only. So please make sure that you are noting down and then you are practicing it. Okay. But if I need only the finance department, purchasing department, what should I do? Yeah, here in the filter, we have to apply the filter condition. That's it. Okay. So if I apply same filter here, what will happen? If I apply this lookup object, so this is lookup object, right? Department underscore name equal to purchasing or finance. Okay, finance department. So this will be applied on this table, departments table. So here it will be applied where same condition. How many records it will take from the finance? How many record it will take from the lookup? Only one table. So that one table, one record only. This is one record. One record only it will take from the lookup table. So that will create here, and you will get all the record from the source. One record for finance department alone. We will get the values on the right hand side. Other department will get null value, right? Or we will not get other department. So do we get other departments to target, or we will get only finance department? Only finance department. Why? So why? Because we applied the null values filter. We applied department name is null filter, right? So that's the reason we are getting this one. If I did not use the filter, we will get all the values, all the 107 values, but only finance name will be populated. For other records, it will be populated with null. Since we have filtered out this one, this null values, it is not flowing to the target. Okay, so I hope you are clear. So this is what connected lookup transformation. Okay, so I will take another table also. Department underscore LOC locations. So what is this will do? So I need department information also, location information also. So how can I take? I have to go for one more lookup. Shall I do it here itself? So I will do it here itself. So I will take another lookup transformation. So I'll take the data from the first lookup and to the target. So open this lookup, second lookup to lookup object. So what is the lookup object? Locations table, right? So you remember joiner also, we have seen this joiner, locations table. We will look up locations table based on location ID. Resolve conflict is coming from source EMP underscore or DPT underscore. Okay, it is already there within EMP underscore. So we will take location ID from here, location ID from here. Both are matching. We will take other columns to target. Target, I need to take this table, not this table, underscore LOC, this table. The field mapping, the smart map. This EMP department is coming from source side employees table. These columns, department underscore column is coming from the departments table. These columns are coming from locations table. Okay, just to save this, run it. So this way we can perform n number of tables, but we need to have a common column. Clear? So we need to have a common column. So how these tables are joined? So employees table, departments table, locations table. So take department ID, department joiner, location ID from here, location ID from here, joiner. Then take whatever the column you want outside. So that is what we are going to perform here. Here we have 107 records. So now we will check whether it has been loaded or not. It has loaded with. Okay, some null values. It's coming somewhere. Okay, we applied some filter condition, right? First lookup. We forgot to remove here, right? This filter condition. That's the reason only finance department we are getting the value. Okay, other departments we are getting null. So because source itself we are getting null, null will not be joined with any other column values. We are getting null only. Okay, save. Now run. 107 records loaded. Now we will check it here. Department name, everything is loaded, right? So any questions for connector lookup? Lookup is active or passive. So that I have a scenario. I'll explain that. And I will multiple match also. I have the scenario. Lookup policy and multiple match. And lookup is active or passive. So those things I will explain. Yes. So now we will have unconnected lookup. This unconnected lookup only you will get some doubts. First, we will see what is unconnected lookup. Then we will see where it will be used. So unconnected lookup means the lookup will not be there in the pipeline. Okay, separately be there. We will take the same scenario. I have the employees table. I have the data for employees table here. For each and every employee, I need the department name and which location they are from, location ID. Where it is available? It is available in this departments table. Okay, for example, this particular department ID, department name is finance, and department location is 1700. These are the details. For connected lookup, by joining that by joining the common column, we can take n number of return port. For example, finance we can take return, location ID also we can take return in one single lookup transformation. For unconnected lookup, for one lookup transformation, we can take only one return port. How many return port? Only one return port. But I need two columns, department name, location ID. So for that, I have to use two lookup. Both are same table only. One time I'm looking up 100, I'm looking up, I'm taking finances department name. So after that same lookup table, looking up 100, then 1100 I'm taking as a return. Clear? Okay. So for example, here, what is the lookup table? Lookup table is departments table. Am I correct? Departments table. This one I will take it like lookup 1. Okay. Lookup 1 is the lookup table. First lookup. Second lookup is I need to take location ID out of this same lookup table only, but this name I will put it like lookup 2. Okay, so lookup 2. First lookup table. So what are the columns will be available? Department underscore ID. Department underscore name. Location ID. Everything will be there. But I do not want location ID from the first one. I need only these two columns. Okay. Similarly, here also, I'll take department ID and location ID here. Okay, department ID, location ID. So I need location ID as return, department name is return. So, but here lookup is unconnected one. So if you want to use lookup is unconnected, always we have to use one transformation called expression. So what is the transformation is called? Expression transformation. So in expression transformation, we will take all the columns from the source. Okay, like this. But I need what columns I need? Department name. So I'll put here department underscore name and location underscore ID. Okay. So location ID. This way I will take here department ID. Right? But I need department name and location ID. So I will take one example here. Any one record I'll take here. This is the record. For this particular employee, I need what is the department name and location ID. So 100 I will take from this table. 100. This table. Okay. I'll go to this table. To which record I need to match it? Same 100. So 100 here and 100 from here. I will match it. This 100 and this 100. I will take finance as the return. First one is finance as the return. Second one, similarly, for the same departments table, 100 and 100 I will match, but this time I will return 1700. Are you clear? Why? Why? Because one lookup, we can take only one port as return. So this table, From here, I need department name. So how can I go to this one? For example, if you see some old movies and all, they'll have some currencies. Uh, so they will have the half of, and then they will keep that half currency to the next person, and they will exchange some goods, right? So this way here also. So data is coming from here 100. For this, I need department name. But where should I go? So that we need to inform this particular person. Okay. In order to take the department name, go to lookup one. Okay. So that way. So how can I do? Colon LKP. So wherever in the expression transformation, if you are seeing colon LKP, it means we are doing the unconnected lookup. Okay. Dot lookup transformation name. Here lookup transformation name is LKP1. Within bracket, what is the passing field from here? From here, I'm passing department ID. That's it. Okay. So this is we have to write. In order to get location ID, similarly, we have to do, but only one changes. Do you know what is the changes? So instead of LKP1, we have to take LKP2, right? But same column. Okay. So where it will take this 100, first one, not location ID, same department ID. See here, same department ID only we have to pass. One time we have to take department name as written. One time we have to take location ID as the return. Clear? That's what I'm explaining clearly here because you will get confused, right? So in order to understand this lookup, it's very simple only. If you practice one or two, it's very simple. Send this 100 to, where should I send this 100? Send this 100 to here. How can I send? That is what we mentioned. Lookup one, it will go here. So it will make in underscore department ID. In underscore department ID. This field we have to create it. This 100 it will be passed here. This 100 and this 100 will match. This will be returned. Okay. Similarly here also in underscore department ID. So this one will match. This location ID, we will take it as a return. Where it will be returned? It will be returned to this one because we put location ID 2. So this is a lookup 2. Okay. So returning department name and location ID using department ID as a common column. Yes, exactly. It is very similar to connected lookup, but here we are making unconnected. Why we are making unconnected, I'll explain after this. Okay, so this is the way we will do the lookup. I hope you are clear. If you clear on this particular diagram, then unconnected lookup is very, very simple. Okay, we will do the same thing. Just listen whatever I explained. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'll make m underscore unconnected lookup. I will take source table as employees table. For unconnected lookup, so which transformation is mandatory? Expression transformation is the mandatory. Exactly. Okay, you are clear then. So I will take expression here. In expression, what is the formula you have to write? How many columns are needed? Two columns. One is department name, O underscore DEPT underscore name. It is a string column. I will make 100 or 1000, whatever it may be, configure it. So how can I configure? First, you can configure lookup and then you can configure here. So anything is fine. We'll take one more column also. O underscore location ID decimal and this way. Okay. So here expression we can write after that also. Okay. So this is the one we are writing. First, I need department name. First table we have to take here, right? What is the table? Lookup table. Take that lookup. One. Similarly, one more. So one lookup for returning department ID. Sorry, department name. Another one is location ID. Go to this lookup, open it. Lookup name. I can put LKP1. Make it like unconnected lookup. Then the input and output will be disabled like this. It was there previously. Now it has been removed. And you can take this table, lookup object. It's nothing but departments table. It is there in the source connection. Select the source table. So it can be a flat file also. Select departments and remove unwanted columns. Lookup condition. So what is the lookup condition here? So lookup condition is we have to take department ID from here, department ID from incoming field. Do we have any incoming field? No. Then we have to create a incoming field. Go to incoming field, create one field here, in underscore department ID. That is the one we created here. Okay, just we have to create it. No need to mention the data type. Now go to lookup condition, make it a condition here. It will automatically, it will take, if it is decimal, this is also decimal only. Clear? Okay, lookup condition, wherever it is coming, this is coming from expression transformation. This is the field from departments table. Both will match. Okay, so then it will be returned. For example, in the return field, I'm just matching department ID. I'm returning this port. Return port we can take only one. See here, it's like a radio button. We cannot take more than one port as return. Do we need this manager ID and location ID? No. These two columns are not needed. We can remove it. Okay, we can remove it. That's it. Go to expression, first column. So if you go to built-in functions, last option lookup automatically will be there LKP1. See here, it is all automatically creating the formula colon LKP dot lookup transformation 1. Within bracket we need to put whichever the field we are sending, but this field is from lookup. Which field we are sending? Lookup field, department ID. It should be valid. Clear? Similarly for next column also, but we did not create. I'll tell you how to create it. Okay, next column also I put. As of now it will not be validated. So now I will go to this one. Don't forget to change LKP to or whatever the name you are keeping, keep it and same name you have to give here. Okay, if you forget to change the name and you are giving this particular name, then it will not be referenced. Go to lookup here, open it, unconnected lookup. Incoming field is same department ID, right? In underscore department ID. Lookup object, same departments table. Go to lookup condition. Similar way, there is no changes. Return field. This time I'm removing these two columns because unnecessarily, if you are keeping the columns, it will take a lot of memory, cache memory. Department name and manager ID I do not want. I want location ID is the return. So don't forget to select this return. If you are forget to select the return, then this value will not be loaded to the target. Just you select unwanted column, remove it. Department ID, location ID. Okay. Now go and validate the expression. It should be validated now. Lookup 2 is supposed to be location object. No. No, right? See, this is employees table. It's coming from the source. Which table you are looking up? Departments table only, right? Employees ID, department ID. These two matching. Finance, I'm taking first one return. Same table only I'm matching. This table department ID, this table department ID. I'm taking location ID as the return, not locations table. Why? Why? Because I told right, we can return only one port. That's the reason we have used 2 times, but same table only. Got it? If you need location details, then you have to go for locations table. For example, you need the country name or any other columns, then you have to go for locations table. Clear? That's what you have to practice more. Go to target. So target table. So target connections. If you do 2 to 3 times practice, then you will get to know. So underscore, yeah, this is the table. Truncate target table, field mapping, do smart map. See here, O underscore department name, O underscore location ID. Save this. And I'm just truncating this table to show you that, okay, this our unconnected lookup only loading that. There is no data as of now. So just I'm running. See here, has been loaded. I got one question. See, same thing you have done in connected lookup also. Then unconnected lookup also doing the same. Why you are using unconnected lookup instead of connected? Yes, for this scenario is same. Okay. For example, I hope you are clear on this. So are you clear? Are you clear what is unconnected lookup? When do we use unconnected lookup? That I will tell you. But are you clear on unconnected lookup? How to use unconnected? How many port we can return per lookup in unconnected lookup? In connected lookup, how many port we can return? In connected lookup, we can return n number of port, many, okay? But unconnected lookup, only one. Okay, we can do multiple return also, multiple port return also in unconnected lookup. So that I will explain Monday. First, we have to understand this one. Okay, I got good question. This can be done by using connected lookup itself. Why you are making complicated and you are doing the unconnected lookup? Yes, correct. See, you are getting one scenario. Okay, one scenario like you have 1 million record from the source. From the 1 million record from the source. You need to, out of 1 million record, okay, only 10K record doesn't have product name. It means the product ID is coming from the source. Product name also it's coming from the source. Product ID, product name it's coming. But out of 1 million record, 10K record doesn't have the product name. It has null values. So you are getting some requirement. If null value comes from the source, fill it up in the mapping. That is one condition. How will you fill? Are you going to use connected lookup? If you use connected lookup, it will take all the record to the lookup. 1 million record also will go here. It will connect, will get the product name. All the 1 million record will go. Instead, we can use unconnected lookup. We can write one filter condition in the expression, not filter condition. We can write one condition. What is the condition? If, okay, is null of product name. Okay, if is null of product name, then lookup. Okay, if you are getting null value from here, you go on lookup colon LKP dot LKP1 bracket product ID. Am I correct? Yes, we will get product name. Else, if is null of this one, it will go here. Else, product name itself. So how many records it will do the lookup? It will look up only 10K record instead of 1 million record. Are you clear? This is a condition based lookup. Okay, if this condition meets, you go on lookup. Otherwise, don't look up. Okay? Condition based lookup. Clear? Okay, one more scenario. So you have some conditions. You have to look up this table or this table. Two tables you have to look up. How will you look up? If the person's salary is greater than 5,000, go and look up 5,000 or 50,000. Go and look up this table. Else, for department ID, go and look up this table. Is it possible by using connected lookup? Is it possible to make two different table lookup by using connected lookup? No, right? That we can do it in the unconnected lookup. Got it now? When do we use unconnected lookup? So unconnected lookup we can do by using condition based lookup. This condition, and one more thing for reusability. For example, this is the source. This is one pipeline, this is another pipeline, this is another pipeline, multiple pipeline we are doing the transformation logic. So here also one table looking up, here same table looking up, here same table looking up, same table looking up. Okay. If you are writing connected lookup, multiple times you have to write the lookup. It will create multiple caching. Instead, you can create only one unconnected lookup. You can write the formula wherever you want to. Okay. So just one time you can do this. It will reduce the lookup caching size also. For lookup reusability, we will go for unconnected lookup, but mostly for condition based lookup. Okay, this condition meets, you do lookup, else don't do that. If this condition meets, you look up this table, else another table. So that way, if you want to perform lookup, we can go for unconnected lookup. So are you clear now? What is unconnected lookup? Why do we need unconnected lookup? See, this scenario, we should have done connected lookup itself by using only one lookup. But to explain unconnected lookup, how it will work, I explain this. Okay. If you arrange it, the lookup transformation will go in front, similar to our Informatica Power Center. Any questions on lookup? Will you do unconnected lookup for this table? I have department name, location ID, second two columns, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many lookup transformations are needed to do this? By using unconnected lookup. Connected on, we did it. How many? Yes, exactly 6. Correct. I think now you are clear, right? Still, we have sessions on lookup. On Monday, I will explain the complex one. Okay. More how to look up flat files, how to make a multiple return port, lookup policy and multiple match. All this I'll explain on Monday. But now if you have any questions on lookup or previous transformation, please feel free to ask your questions. I will explain. Is the lookup on a static cache or a dynamic cache? By default, lookup is static cache. So how can we pass a dynamic input values for unconnected lookup? Where you want to pass dynamic value? So if you want to pass any dynamic value to any transformation, you have to use parameter only. Parameter concept I will take later, but dynamic value means parameter only or from a table only. The connected lookup also takes the expression and filter transformation, then will load into target. See, connected lookup expression is not mandatory. You can use expression transformation, but it is not mandatory. But unconnected lookup, expression transformation only, we will write the logic, right? But connected lookup, no need to use expression. See here, are we using any expression? No. Expression for, you can use it for different purpose, different transformation logic. But unconnected lookup, expression is mandatory. Most of the config file are written in .param file format in Informatica. Yes. Any changes in lookup considering IICS and Power Center? No. No changes. Monday, if I'm going to explain that, you will come to know one changes are there. So lookup active, if lookup is active means we cannot connect, but in IICS we can connect, but other than that, everything same. So do we alias a table only in join? So what is the use of aliasing a table? So aliasing table is nothing but, okay, you are giving a different name. That's it, right? While making a joining, if this much table name was there, just you can make it like A. Just A is nothing but A dot the column name, right? You can put here. Column alias is the table alias is not mandatory. So instead of making every time table name, the full name dot column name, we can put A dot column name here, right? So that's the reason we are making alias name. Combining lookup and joiner, can we see? So when we go for joiner, so even with lookup can be achieved. Yeah, lookup mostly we can use anywhere in the pipeline. If you want to connect it, you can use lookup. Okay. But if you want to do in the source, then go for joiner. But sometimes you will find performance issue with the joiner. Then that time you can use lookup. Sometimes performance issue in the lookup. So that time you use joiner also. Still, I haven't completed lookup. So once I completed lookup caching, lookup policies, all this, you will get to know all this clearly. So whatever we have completed today, please complete that. So then you will get to know clearly. Then Monday I will answer all your lookup related questions, advanced questions. Okay. So what is lookup filter and filter transformation? What is the difference? Those things I'll explain. For example, source is our employees table, right? So this is our employees table. We have all the data. So based on this department ID, we have to look up departments table. Select start from departments table. So this is a departments table. So for one particular department, for example, 110. So what is the department name? To take this accounting, we have to use one lookup transformation to the expression. And also to take this location ID, we have to use another lookup transformation. So two lookup transformation we have to use for these two data, right? From by connecting this 110, we have to take these two. So this is for one lookup accounting. This is for another lookup transformation, two lookup. Okay. By using 1700, we have to look up on another table. So what is the table? Locations table, right? Locations table. So this is the location table. Just we are connecting to this table. Okay, 1700 from here, 1700 from here. So what we are taking? Street address, city, and country, postal code. So whatever the data we need. For example, these four datas we need. So we need to use four lookup transformation. Am I correct? Four lookup. So this is one lookup. Sorry, this is by joining it. So we can take 1700 here. 1700 and 1700 we can take. So this is street address is one lookup. Then postal code is another lookup, city and country code. So 6 lookup we should have used. So first I will explain that, and then we'll go for, okay, so how can I reduce the number of lookup transformation? So both will see. So first I will take the target table. So this is the target table. T underscore employees underscore department underscore LOC. So this is the target table we have. If you look at this table, so we have employees details up to here, right? So based on the department ID, we need to take department name and location ID. And based on the location ID, we have to take these 4 details: street address, postal code, city and country. So how can I take? So we have to use lookup transformation. This time we are using lookup. So previously we have used joiner transformation and source joiner also. Just I will truncate this table to show you that, okay, how can we load from Informatica? So this is what we have. Nothing is there in the target table. So I will go to this Informatica IICS. I will connect to IICS. Already I have started the services. I'll connect with IICS. Okay. Let me log in to IICS. So before starting, we will check whether all the services are up and running. Just go to administrator. So check all the services are up and running. So go to this runtime environment. Okay, so check all the services are up and running. So everything is up and running now. Okay, so this is the date we have. Okay, fine, everything running. Just go to data integration module. So this exercise I asked you to do. So just I am doing it. So just to check it whether you have done in this way. If not, you can do it by today. So just to go to this new, create a new mapping, create a mapping. Okay, just to create a mapping. M underscore lookup, that is unconnected lookup. Okay, connected lookup means 2 transformation is needed. So this one also you should practice. So then you can, if it is very complex scenario, you can easily do it. Okay, unconnected lookup, 2 lookup table. Okay, so 2 tables. So for 2 tables, if you have 6 columns, we have to use 6 lookup transformation. Okay, I'll go to source. I will take the source table. So what is the source table here? Source table is our employees table, right? I will take the employees table here. So here one small trick is there. So that's the reason I am doing it. Okay. I will do it 1 column for locations table. The remaining column you can do it by yourself. Okay. So this is what that table we have, and I will go to this. So in order to use unconnected lookup, we have to use expression transformation. Okay. So expression transformation. Okay. So where is that expression? This is expression transformation. So we will use the expression transformation. We will move it down and expression transformation. Okay. First I need. So what are the columns needed? So we have to create those columns. First I need O underscore department name, right? We have already seen department name. O underscore department name is a string column. 100 characters I will use. Click OK here. So department name. So click on the plus symbol. Then O underscore location ID. So location ID. So location ID is decimal. Click OK. Then whatever the column needed, we will put it one by one. Okay. So how can I configure this department name? We have to use first lookup. So take the lookup transformation from here. Lookup transformation. First lookup for department name. Second lookup for location ID. Am I correct? Yes. So this is LKP1. Just I'm naming it like LKP1. This is naming it like LKP2. Lookup 2. So you can put LKP underscore 1 department stable, LKP underscore 2 department stable. So anything is fine. So both are department stable only because these 2 columns are coming from department stable. See here, these 2 columns, right? So accounting and 1700. These 2 columns are coming from same table, department stable. So that's the reason I'm taking the department stable. Okay. So just to open this lookup one, make it like unconnected lookup and go to incoming field. So what is the input field? From this employees table, the incoming field is department underscore ID, right? For example, here I'm taking 110. So department ID from here and department ID from here. So that we have to mark it like, since it is unconnected lookup, we have to mark it like input column because it's an unconnected lookup. Okay. So in underscore department ID. So we can make it this way also. There is no option here to provide the data type. So it will automatically take. Okay. So now go to lookup object. So what is a lookup object here? Lookup object here. It's a source connection, departments table. Am I correct? Departments table. So we'll go to departments table here. Just we'll take the departments table. This is the one. And go to lookup condition. So what is lookup condition here? So we already created incoming field, right? Lookup field is department ID. Incoming field is department ID. So both should be matched. And we have to take the return port. So how many return port we can take for unconnected lookup? Only one. So which one? So this one only we can take. By connecting department ID, we can take department name. So these two columns are unnecessarily we are using in the lookup one. So we can remove it. So if it is a table, we can remove. If it is a flat file, if the lookup object is flat file, don't remove it. Okay. So if this is two column, we can use. Even flat file also we can remove. But in between, if any columns are there, don't remove it from the flat file. So because flat file, we cannot go and fit the columns. So if it is a table, it will automatically write select statement. Okay, just I'm removing the column because unnecessarily it will create caching options. Okay, so this is the one. And for lookup one. So what is the column for lookup two? Go to lookup object, same incoming field. Incoming field is, so incoming field is in underscore. Okay, so take this one, first unconnected lookup. So then go to incoming field, click on the plus symbol here, in underscore department ID only. Am I correct? In underscore department ID. Go to lookup object. So take the connection and connect employees, sorry, departments table. This is a table. You can take flat file also. Okay, go to lookup condition, click on the plus symbol, go to return field. Which one I can remove from here? So department ID we can match. If it is a table, we can remove these two field. So because I need location ID. So location ID is the return field. So you can remove these two field. Okay, make sure that it is marked as return. Okay, so that's it. We'll go to expression here. Go to expression. First department ID we have to configure it. So you can write the formula or you can take it from built-in function. Go to built-in function, last option, lookup one. So a colon LKP dot lookup transformation name, within bracket we need to use the passing field. Department ID is the passing field from expression. Okay. So copy this, validate. Correct. Then go to the second one. So what is the formula here? Just we have to change the lookup transformation name. That's it. So passing field is same department ID only. Okay, you should have practiced this. Then now you are clear. Okay, so that's it. We can connect it now. But whatever the column I need for second one. Okay, so by connecting the location ID and location ID, we have to take street address. Street address we have to take outside this one. Then postal code. So I will use street address, postal code, city, and other columns. You can do it. So I will do it for street address. Okay, so O underscore street underscore address. Similarly for other columns also, street address, postal code. Postal code is, it is not a number, it is a string column. See here. So here we have numbers, but here we have character column, character value also, right? So we have to use in this way, O underscore postal code, string 100 characters. So remaining column you can do it. So what is the column for this one? Okay, we'll save this one because here is the one trick we have to use. Okay, so now I will go to the another two lookups. So we have to use 6 lookup table. So, but I'm using 2 lookup, or we can use 4 lookup table also. So 4 we can use, no, let's use all the 4 we have to use. So here, this is LKP3, right? LKP3. This is LKP4. LKP3, LKP4, LKP5, LKP6. Okay, 6. This is LKP5. Okay, so LKP3. So which table we have to look up? Mark it like unconnected lookup. Go to incoming field. So incoming field, what is the incoming field here? In underscore location ID, right? Yes, in underscore location ID. Lookup object should be locations table. Locations table. So we can take flat file also. I will explain later. Just I'm taking the locations table. Go to lookup condition. We can mark it like lookup field. Location ID equal to location ID. Return field. So which one I have to return? Street address I have to return by connecting location ID. So remaining field I can remove it because unnecessarily it will create caching. If it is a table, we can remove. Yes, remove it. From here, we can use only these 2 columns. Okay. Similarly for LKP4, make it like unconnected lookup. Go to incoming field, create a new field, in underscore location ID only. Lookup object should be same locations table. Okay, same locations table, lookup condition plus symbol. Similarly, we have to do location ID equal to location ID, return field. So this time we have to return postal code. So remaining column we can remove. Postal code should be return. So don't forget to mention the return. Then fifth lookup. So open this lookup, mark it like unconnected lookup, go to incoming field. So make that incoming field from the expression in underscore location ID. Lookup object should be same locations table. Okay, so if you do for all this one, right? So obviously you will get to know very clearly, okay, this is what unconnected lookup. So that's the reason I asked you to practice. So go to return. So this time remove the street address. So this is for LKP5. Okay, city column, right? State, province, and country ID. We can remove all this column. So we can mark the city column as the return. Okay, return. Then LKP6, mark it like unconnected lookup. Go to incoming field, click plus symbol, field name, lookup object should be locations table. Lookup condition, click plus symbol, location ID equal to location ID. Return field this time, country ID is the return. So remaining field we can remove. So because unnecessarily it will create a caching. Okay, so that's it. So we can save this one and go to expression. So expression, just to open the expression here, in expression transformation, okay, we have to create two more columns. City ID, O underscore, city underscore ID. So string column. Similarly, country ID, O underscore, country underscore ID. It's a string column and 100 characters we can put safer side. So we can take. Okay, so now we will go to the street address. Take the street address. So what is the formula? You can go to built-in function. We can take lookup one. So formula is LKP3, right? So this is the formula. So here we have to use colon LKP. That is nothing but unconnected lookup. So here we have to use LKP3. So in LKP3, we are returning street address. But what is the input field? So what is the input field we have to take? The field is location ID. See here, this is what I asked you to do. The location ID is not available here. Okay. So we have seen in expression transformation. So we cannot use, I already explained you. So we cannot use any output port within the expression. Okay, please remember, in expression transformation, we cannot use any output port for further calculations. So do we have any output port? Only input port is available. But which port I need? I need location ID. So how can I take location ID here? Yes, location ID is there with output column, but it should be a, so we have to take inside again, it should be a variable field. Okay, so go to this field, O underscore location ID, mark it like V underscore location ID, it should be a variable port. Okay, so V underscore location ID, it should be a variable port. Okay, but variable port, we cannot take it outside. We cannot take it outside, right? For next transformation. In order to take variable port outside, so we have to click plus symbol here. We have to use O underscore location ID. So we have to assign, so whatever this field we have, so select this field. So make it here. And after this location ID, we have to take outside, configure it. So we have to use this variable field. So because this variable field should be assigned to the output field. But why we created this as a variable field? Because we have to use that field here. So open this now. So now we have to pass this field, variable field. See here, variable field is available now. So just here, we have to use this field, variable field. Now we can validate it is available. Okay. So I hope you are clear. So why we have used, instead of output field, why we have created as a variable field. So variable field only, we can use it inside the expression for next calculation. Go to postal code. So we have to change only one thing. It should be LKP4. Am I correct? Validate, validated. So city ID should be LKP5, but incoming field is yes, correct. Location ID only. Country ID, we have to use this country ID. LKP6. Click OK. So we have connected everything. Now go to target, open the target and target here, and target table is this table. We will take this table here. Okay. Go to select. Search here and yeah, first table, right? take the first table. We can truncate from here also. Okay, so insert operation, we can truncate, go to field mapping, just to do smart map. So check it whether it has been loaded correctly. Okay, so department name, okay, city, O underscore city ID. Okay, O underscore city ID, postal code, all this we have connected now. Everything connected, that's it. Save this. We will execute and then you will see whether we are getting the correct output or not. Okay, so now I'm going to run. I'm not creating a task now, but in real-time project, we will create a task just to run it. So this is what you should have practiced. So meanwhile, I will take this unconnected lookup. Previously, we have taken 2 tables. Am I correct? Unconnected lookup. Yeah, 2 tables. This one succeeded. 107 record loaded. So now we will check it here. Department ID, department name, and location ID, street address, postal code, city, country code. So everything loaded correctly, right? So lookup transformation is the left outer join. So that is the reason it is not loaded. These columns are not loaded. Okay. So I hope you are clear now. How to return multiple port in unconnected lookup. Unconnected lookup. Normally, by using unconnected lookup, we can return only one port. So that is what we have seen. For example, for this table, T underscore, this is the target table we have. For this table, we have seen, okay, for this employees table, so we need to get department name and location ID. These 2 columns, we need to get it from departments table. By joining department ID from here, we have to take department name and location ID. Am I correct? So because this is what we have seen already. So in order to take these 2 columns from the department ID by using unconnected lookup, we have used 2 lookup transformation. By using expression, we have created a formula. So this way, colon LKP, LKP1, department ID we are passing, we are returning department name. Similarly, for another lookup table, we have retrieved location ID. Similarly, for this table, for example, this table, we need 6 columns. By using department ID, we need to take department name and location ID from departments table and street address, postal code, city, country ID. These 4 columns from locations table. In order to take these 6 columns from 2 lookup tables, we need to use 6 lookup transformations in unconnected lookup. In unconnected lookup, we need to use 6 lookup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lookup we have used, and open this expression. We can see here 6 lookup. So because we need to send location ID, so that's the reason we create a variable port. Yes, we have seen this scenario. Okay, so now can we reduce the number of lookup? Can we reduce the number of lookup in unconnected lookup? Yes, we can reduce. So instead of 6 lookups, we can complete by using 2 lookup. Per lookup table, we can use 1 lookup transformation. So these 2 lookups, we can make it in 1 single lookup. And these 4 lookup transformation, we can make it in 1 single lookup. So for this scenario, we can take 2 lookup transformation. For this scenario, we can take only 1 lookup transformation. For lookup table, per lookup table, we can use only one single lookup. So how can we implement this scenario? For example, here, I'll go to this table by joining these two, right? From employees table, we can look up department ID. Okay, so we can take this one. What is the department I need? For this employee, I need the department name and location ID. So what is the department ID? 100 for this employee. Okay, so I will take 100 from here. So I'll go to departments table. So here. So what is 100 here? Finance. So that should be the lookup column. These two we are looking at. So take finance 1700 as the location ID, right? So this should be a location ID. This should be a department name. So we have to take. So in order to take these two, we can use single lookup. How can we use single lookup? So first, what we are going to do? So we are going to mark. Okay, so from this one, for example, here, source side, we have employees table. Okay, source side, we have employees table. Target side, we have employees underscore department underscore. Yeah, so this is the table T underscore employees underscore departments table. So this is the table we have, and we have some columns, right? So employee ID. So employee ID to department ID. We have the columns here. Department ID, then department name and location ID. We need these two. Department name and location ID. These columns I need. Okay, so from here we have employee ID. We have employee ID up to department ID. We have the column department ID. So in between we have some columns. So but we have to take first one transformation. What is the transformation we are taking here? Expression transformation. Expression transformation. So what is the lookup here we are taking? So one lookup we are taking. So that lookup table is departments table, right? Yes, this is a departments table. So we will connect from here all the columns. So up to here, we'll connect all the columns. So it means in IICS, we can take the columns. Here we have to create one expression transformation. So first we have to bring the column from here. So by combining from here, which is the column we are sending? Department ID we are sending from here, expression. We are sending department ID from here to here. So already in this table, we have the department ID, right? This is a departments table. We have the department ID. This table is called departments table. In this table, we have already department ID, department name, and location ID. So these two columns are already available. Location ID, we have these two columns. But instead, so by using unconnected lookup, we can take only one return, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to combine these two fields. So we are going to combine it by using concatenation. Okay, by using concatenation, we are going to combine it, these two columns, make it like one single column. And then we are passing from here location ID, correct? So this should be a input column, sorry, from here we are passing department ID. So that should be a input column here. We have to create. Okay, so we have to join these two fields. Department ID and department ID should be joined. And this combination, we have to take it like return field. Okay, so this field we have to take. Similarly, for this table also, for locations table also, if you have multiple columns, we can combine all the columns into single column. Okay, First we will see this one. For department ID 100, you will take this one. This is the field, we will get it right, return. So from lookup, we will get this way, finance 1700. So this value we are returning from departments table to where we are returning to departments table, departments name here. So that should be a variable field. So variable department underscore name underscore location ID. So why we have to pass it to the variable field? So because from this field, we have to take these two field outside. We have to segregate these two field, right? Okay, so from this field, we have to take outside. So if I'm going to take it this way, I cannot take it outside. So instead of taking this way, we are going to mark it like one delimiter here. We are going to put one delimiter here. So instead of sending like this, we will put one delimiter in between. Okay, so we will put one delimiter in between. So then only we can segregate, right? We should not send it like this. We have to use in between. We have to send one delimiter. So this formula also we have to put one delimiter. Okay, so here also we will use one delimiter. Then we can send it here. Okay, after that from here, can I take finance alone from here? Yes, we can take. So that should be a O underscore department underscore name. So we have to write a formula from here and O underscore location ID. So this way we have to write a formula to take this one. So what is the formula we have to write in order to take finance from here? We have to use substring and instring, right? Similarly, to take this 1700 here, we have to use substring instring. Okay, so after that, we can connect from here employee ID to employee ID up to department ID to department ID. We can map it, field mapping. Then go to department name. So take this department name to department name, location ID to location ID. Similarly, we have to do it for other tables also. For example, underscore locations table also. For locations table, you can do it. So this one I will do it. Okay. So now we will go to this one. So how can we implement by using single transformation? Okay. So now I will go to departments. So this is the table. So normally lookup transformation will write the formula, select all the column names from departments. So from here we can take, if the lookup is a table, so we can do it this way. If it is a lookup is flat file, we cannot do. So if it is a lookup is a flat file, so we have to use this way only or this way only. But if it lookup is a table, we can do. So how can I do it? So here we can write the formula. What is the formula? Department ID, comma, department name, concatenation, within quotes, the tilde symbol. This is for delimiter and location underscore ID. So how many columns are there? All the columns, we can put it in this way. So we can mark it this column as the alias name underscore department name. Okay. So this is the department name. See here. So from here, for example, I will take this one. Example, this one. So this is the return field. So this is the return field for which department ID? Department ID 70. So this is the return field to the expression. Okay. So from this one, how can I take public relations outside 2700 outside? Okay. We will see by using dual. Okay. Dual table. Select. This is the input string, right? SUB str substring of given string. Okay. So from first character, how many characters we have to take? From first character, we have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this is also one character 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 characters we have to take. Okay, from dual. So we cannot hard code it. 16 is hard coded value. So can I hard code the same 16 for other department names? No, we cannot do it, right? So this 16 should be a dynamic way. So how can I mark this one as a dynamic way? So instead of substring, we have to use in string of given string. So we are checking the tilde symbol from first character. Am I correct? Correct? Yes, we can use this way. 17. Okay, the tilde symbol position is 17, but we need -1. So we can take -1, it will return 16. So this formula we can write this way. Okay, instead of 16, we can replace this one. This is the way you have to write the formula. Okay, so now trick. So this formula we have to write it in expression to take this one. Okay, this is the same formula for Informatica also. Similarly, to take this one outside, so we can use substring only, because if we get always 4 character, okay, last 4 character, so then we can take -4. That's it. So -4 means from last character 4 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you get always this one, we can take this way. Otherwise, we have to find out, okay, what is the number of character? This is 17. Okay, but this character should be 18. So this, instead of -1, you have to put +1, comma 4. Okay, this formula we can write it. So this way also. Okay, so this one, instead of 1, we have to put in string of this one +1, comma 4 characters. This way also we can write. So both are same only. So always if we get 4, we can take. Otherwise, we can remove this 4 also. So how many characters are there right hand side? It will take all these characters. Okay. So this way also we can write. So you need to learn all this in-string substring function to do it. Okay. So this is the way we have to write it for this table. Okay. Similarly, for this table also, I will do it for one column. Then you can use this way for the locations table also. For example, okay, locations table, we will do it maybe after this one. Okay, first we will go to this one. No need to do locations now. I'll go here. So I will create this mapping. So this is the mapping, right? So can I copy this mapping? Is it possible to copy? Yes. Go to explore. Which mapping we have to copy? Unconnected lookup, this mapping, right? So go to this mapping in explore. So here we have 3 dots. Copy to on the same folder. It will create one copy. This one. So we can mark it like unconnected lookup. Multiple return port. Multiple. We cannot make it multiple return port. Multiple port return. This way I'm writing. Multiple port. How can I return? In one single lookup table. Okay. So we will remove this one. So only one lookup is enough. So open this lookup. Go to this lookup object. Everything is same. Okay. Go to advanced one. In the advanced one, we have to write lookup SQL override, because for the previous scenario, we haven't written lookup override. It will automatically write select column names from the table name. But here we are going to write this way. So what is the formula we are going to write? This way we are going to write. Okay. So this way we need to write it. So take this one without semicolon. So take this one and so select department ID, comma department name, this one. So we have to mark it one alias name. So what is alias name? So we can make it like department name itself. The alias name is department name. So if you take this one, I'm going to make it like a uppercase. So it's necessary to make it like uppercase, no need, but just I'm writing here. I will show you that. So this will return correctly. Okay. See here, it is returning in the name of department name. Okay, that's fine. So I'll copy this. I'll go to lookup override. Control C, Control V. Okay, we have written the lookup override query now. Okay, it is not filter condition. We have to write this one. So filter condition, if we apply, then the filter will be applied in the lookup table. While creating the caching, it will be applied, but here no need. So go to incoming field. We have already created in underscore department ID. Lookup condition is department ID equal to department ID. Return field is here we are taking department name as return, right? So why department name is return? Okay, lookup table I will take one more time. Go to lookup object. Select lookup object from here. If you are doing it from the beginning, so I will do it one more time. Just to take departments table. Okay, go to lookup condition. Department ID equal to department ID. This field is coming from incoming field, right? We have to create this field. So go to return field. So this time we have to remove these two fields. So no need to have because only one field we are returning. So that is what we have the concatenated column. So here we have 30 characters. So we can mark it like more than 30 characters. Okay, so we can make it 1000 characters also because while returning, we will get more characters also. So don't forget this one. Otherwise, it will be truncated. Whatever we are returning, so that will be truncated. So now we'll go to this expression. So we cannot write this one department name directly. First, we have to write variable port. We have to receive that field, right? So v underscore department underscore name underscore location ID. So both we have to receive it. So that's the reason here I can make 1000 characters. Click OK. First, we will do it this one. Take this column. Okay. So take this column. This is the field. So configure it. So what is the formula? Go to built-in functions, lookup. This is the formula, correct? Colon LKP dot lookup transformation name within bracket the passing field. The passing field is department ID. Okay, so that's it. So in this field, what is the value will be returned? For every record, it will be returned. These values will be returned. So from these values, we have to return. We have to take these to field. Okay, first one, go to department name. So how can I take the department name from here? Go to this one. So this one, no need to write. Department name should be taken from this way. Am I correct? Department name, correct. So take this formula, whatever we have written already. Go to this expression, substring of the given string. Okay. So instead of this column value, so this is hard coded value, right? Instead of this value, which field we have to use? This field. Okay. Instead of this one, we have to use this field. That's it. Validate. It should be validated. Click OK here. Similarly for this one, in order to take location ID, we have to take anything is fine. This one I'm taking. Go to this one. So instead of this one, this is hard-coded value. We have to take this field value, right? This field only it is returning from lookup. Validate. Click OK here and save this. We'll go to target. Go to target. Select the target table. Go to field mapping. Yes, make it like department name, location ID. Save this. Before loading, I will truncate this table. So there is no data in the table. We need department name and location ID. Am I correct? Yes. So we will run the mapping. It should load the data. Okay, so failed. We will check it why it is failed. We can fix it. So just to open this, transformation stopped due to the fatal error. It is nothing but transformation error. Colon LKP1 department ID. Okay, invalid function reference. LKP1. Why? We will check it. LKP1 is not there. This is LKP1 only, right? Location, departments ID. Department ID equal to department ID. Return field. So this is the one. So while writing LKP1, while writing this lookup override query, so here we have written this way. Am I correct? Department ID, department name, this one. So mark it like alias name. Okay. An alias name. So that should be the error. So I will copy this. Control C. Lookup object. Okay, paste it, save. I did not change anything else. Just I have given the alias name for that particular column. I'm going to run it. So this is the one thing we have to make sure. Okay, even in your mapping also it may fail. So if it is failing this way, so check it whether we have given that alias name. Okay. Okay, so here also it's failing, but it's giving the function reference. Why it is giving the function reference? Colon LKP dot LKP1 department ID. Invalid function reference means, so this is the function actually. Colon LKP dot LKP1 in underscore department ID, right? Now it should be this field. So here expression is valid. String b underscore validate. It is valid. Validate, it is valid. So this is LKP1 only. Incoming field in underscore department ID, lookup field, departments table. Okay, we have written the departments table. Department underscore ID. This is in underscore department ID. Return field, department ID. Okay. Sorry, just a second. Department ID. Okay, here also we have to make the alias name. I got it. Output port data type is correct only. So this column as we have to make as department ID. Okay. Control C. Control V. So this is the reason. Okay. So we have to mark the alias name here. Okay, so make sure that you are aliasing the column this way. I forgot to mention that. Run now. It should complete now. Okay. So yeah, this is what we have to make it. I forgot to mention that. It should succeed now because all other port and everything is correct. So while making this lookup, okay, while writing lookup override query, so mark this alias name. Okay, it's department ID as department ID and department name, this one as department name. So because that is what we are returning. So now I will go to this target. I will check it. This is the one. Okay, we are getting department name and location ID. So are you clear? So what could be the error and how to resolve it? Okay, so now we will do it for this table. Only one column I will do it. The remaining one you can do it. Okay, so I'll go to this. I'll go to the same mapping. Okay, same mapping. We have to, this one table is T underscore employees underscore department underscore LOC. This is the table. One column I will do it. Remaining column you can do it. Okay. So for this we need to use two lookups. One lookup, this is the one. The another lookup is one more lookup I have to take for second table, right? Because lookup table is second table. So this is the LKP2. LKP2 is which table? LKP2 is, so I will go to expression. First I will make the expression column. This is anyhow we have the variable port, right? Department name. But O underscore location ID should be a variable field. So then only I can use that column to send the other one. So we'll mark it this one as variable field. But this field we have to send it to outside. So that we have to go for output field. O underscore location ID. Location ID is decimal. So it should be a V underscore location ID, right? To send it for next transformation. Okay. So now we need, what is the column we need here for this table? We need location ID. Okay, we have loaded street address, postal code. Okay, I will take it for postal code or I will take it for location ID. So first I will take it for postal code maybe. Okay, postal code. So how can I take postal code from here? First we have to return all the field. Am I correct? Variable field. It's nothing but O underscore P underscore street address, postal code, city and country. All the four column you will get it from there. So it should be like a string column, 1000 characters. It's a variable field. So what is the formula? Colon LKP dot lookup transformation name bracket the variable field. So this is the reason we created as a variable field, right? So LKP2 is not available now. So that's what we are getting function invalid reference. So LKP2. So go to this LKP2 to lookup object, mark it like this one as the unconnected lookup. Lookup object should be location stable. Location stable and go to incoming field. So incoming field should be in underscore location underscore ID. Right, that is what we will get it. Location object. Lookup condition is, sorry, we have to take one column. Go to lookup condition is location ID equal to location ID. So because we are joining based on the location ID, we are looking up. Return field, location ID will join. We will take any one column. Remaining column you can remove it because we are going to combine all the column in the name of street address. Make it like return field, but this column is 40 characters. Change it from 40 characters to 1000 characters. It will hold all the values. Okay. So in order to take all the columns, so what is the formula we have to write? This is the way we have to write the formula, right? So select, this is a table. Select location ID we have to take, location underscore IDS, location ID, comma, street address, okay, concatenation, single quotes, the tilde symbol, the delimiter, okay, concatenation, postal code, then use this concatenation formula, city underscore ID formula, country underscore ID from locations, but we have to mark this name, right, as street address. We'll make it in the name of street address because that is a column we are using. So city ID, invalid identifier. Okay, city name or city. Okay, city only. Okay, so this is the way we are getting one single column. Okay, I will take any one column value, return value. So from here, I have to take first one is street address. Okay, that one we can take. I will write a formula for this one. You can use the formula for rest of the other column values. Okay, so from this string, how can I take this location ID out of it? What is the function we have to take? Similarly, we have to write in string substring function. First, we will use substring. This is the way you have to practice it. Okay, so select substring of given string within quotes. Use the string, comma. So from this string, I have to take this character in between. How can I find this character? First, we have to find out the first occurrence of tilde symbol. Then we have to take how many characters. So this is for 7 characters, but some columns will get only 5 characters. But we do not know how many characters we will get it. Some column we are getting, if you see here, some columns we are getting only 4 characters. Some column we are getting 5 characters. Some columns we are getting 7 characters, including space. Okay, so first of all, we will find this tilde symbol. So then we will take from here. So if I want to write a hard-coded formula, we have to write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? 17. How many number of characters? 7 characters. So 7 here from dual. So write it this way. Okay, we are getting, this is the location ID. Sorry, this is the postal code. Postal code, we are taking this way, but this is not correct. We are writing now hard coded. We have to remove these hard coded numbers. We have to put the dynamic way. How can I put dynamic way? First of all, we have to find out the 17. Okay. In order to take the 17, what is the function we have to use? In string function. Select in string of given string within quotes. Which symbol we have to find out? From tilde symbol, right? First occurrence of tilde symbol. So first character, first occurrence from dual. So 16 we are getting, but we have to put 1 plus 1. Okay. So instead of this one, we have to use this formula. Correct. We can write it. We have written. So now we have to find out how many number of characters. So here number of characters is 7. So that should be, we have to find out. How can I find? First we will take from first character to up to here. Okay, up to here, what is the number? Okay, For example, if it is returning 20, so 20 characters minus up to here, how many characters? Something like 13. So 20 minus 13, we have to take 7. Okay, this way, or 6 plus 1. Okay, so how can I find the second occurrence of this symbol? So same instinct, we have to take given string, the tilde symbol from first character, second occurrence. So here it's a test second. From first character, the second character of tilde symbol. Okay, remove this plus 1. Second occurrence is 24. Okay. Similarly, we have to take what is the third occurrence. Okay, first occurrence. Sorry, first occurrence, right? First occurrence. This is similar. First occurrence is this one. So we are getting 24. So 24 minus 16. We are getting 8. But we need to get 7. So 8 minus 1 we can put. Okay, because here we have plus 1, we have to take this character to this character. So plus 1, this is the minus 1 we have to take up to this one. Okay, in order to take 7, we have to use these two formula only. Select, first one is second occurrence minus first occurrence. Okay, from dual. So why we are using dual? So because dual is a dummy table, we are giving a hard coded value. Okay, so now I will take table or okay, sorry. So here 8, but we need to get 7, right? That means minus 1 we have to put 7. Okay, so what is the final formula to take that? This one. So this is the one, first one, 17. So where is the 17 here? Okay, this will return 17, right? So take this one, replace this formula in the 17 one. Okay, instead of 7, we have to replace this formula. Control C, Control V. So now we will run it. Yes, exactly. It is returning correctly. Okay. So shall we test it for one more data? Okay. So where is this one? I will take, okay, this value I will take. Okay. This is the one. It is giving some different number, 6 character number. Control C. Okay. So take this one. Instead of this one, we have to pass this one. The number of characters are different, but the formula should work correctly, right? If everything is correct, it should return 490231 correctly. That's a postal code. Yes, it is returning correctly. It means our formula is correct. So this is what you have to practice while in the development environment. While developing the complex nested function, we will write it in this way only. Okay, so this is the way you have to practice it. The in-string substring function looks like very simple, but this is what we have to practice. It will be more interesting. You can do this way. Okay, so I will do it for one formula, returning this postal code. I will take this entire formula for postal code, copy this, Control C, go to this mapping. This will return, go to expression, take it this expression. This formula we have to write it for postal code. So click here, O underscore postal code. This is string, 100 characters we can make. and here we have to write this formula. But instead of this hard-coded value, we have to fill it. We will fill. But this is the returning field, right? V underscore postal code location ID is returning. So here, so it will hold all the value, postal code, city, all this. So go to this one. Instead of this one, we have to replace this field value. So you have to do carefully. So instead of this one, you have to do very carefully. If you are doing small mistake also, it will be okay. So now we have to write this formula, right? V underscore this one. Yeah, this is correct, but we have to write the formula for lookup 2. What is the formula? Go to lookup object, this one, lookup SQL override. Don't forget this. This is the formula. Take this. So no need to write uppercase, but I'm just making like uppercase. So convert the case into uppercase. So location ID as location ID, street address, this one as street address. This is the column we are using. That's the reason I'm using that. Control C. Okay. So we will mark because here it should not have any space. Copy this, Control C, paste it here. The alias name is very important because why we are using the alias name? If you go to the return field, in the return field, this is the column we are mentioning, location ID, street address. So these two columns should be there in the alias name. Okay, save this. If everything is correct, okay, invalid. Why it is invalid? That we have to find out. For example, if you are having this way, you are creating a mapping. If you are getting invalid, we have to check it here. So why it is invalid? Maybe the target column. Yeah, the field mapping is incorrect. Yes. Go to target, field mapping. So auto map, smart map. But here, street address we did not write. City we did not write. Country we did not write. So you can write the logic because we have taken everything into expression transformation. Okay, we have taken. So if you want to do like a debugging, for example, so one of you asked the questions, so how can I debug it, right? So we will check it here, whether expression, we are getting all the columns correctly or not. Which column we have to get? This column, right? V, street address, postal code, city, and country. So this column should have a value like this, right? Shall we check it? So just go to preview, run preview, then run it. So if you want to apply breakpoints, you have to use one filter transformation before that. So you have to apply the filter condition as a breakpoints. Okay. In IICS, we do not have any debugger. So this is what we have to use. You can use filter transformation of the breakpoints. So now we will check it here. So where is this field? Expression. So O underscore department name, O underscore location ID, O underscore postal code. Okay, variable port, it is not returning. Okay, so that's fine. So if you want to make it like a output port, just create one port here. Instead of variable port it is not showing here. So we will make one port here, O underscore result. Okay, we are not going to use this field. We'll make it here string 1000 characters. We will assign this result equal to this variable field. Okay, just for troubleshooting. So we are not going to use this O underscore result anywhere. Just to preview 100 records. I'm previewing just to go outside. So you can check it here. This is the O underscore result. So are we getting it? You can see here. This is what we are getting the output. Here we can check whether we are getting correctly or not. Okay, it's it returning now from the expression. Sorry, from the lookup. Yes, it is returning for all the column. This is the troubleshooting one. Okay, this is the debugging one. So if you ask me how to debug it in Informatica, so you can use one expression transformation and debug it. So now we will run it. We will check it whether it is loading correctly for. So here itself we checked, right? It is loading correctly for location ID. It should load for here, this table. Okay, so as of now data is available, but it will truncate, it will load. If it is not truncating, we will truncate and load. Okay, loaded here. Street address is null because we haven't connected this column. Postal code. Okay, see here, correctly it is loaded. Even for 7 characters, 5 characters, right? Null value. Is there any 4 characters? No. 4 characters location ID is there, but it is not joined with any of our department ID and location ID. So I hope you are clear. So how to load it? Can you create a logic for street address, city and country? Will you load it? So what I will do, I will take, if you need these values, I will control C. I will make it here unconnected lookup queries. I'll put it here. So above one I put it, but below also I'll put it here. Okay. So you can use it for reference. So instead of 6 lookup, we have used only 2 lookup transformation for 2 tables. Only one mistake I did it. So this is the one thing, because I know already, but I forgot to mention that. So why are we using the alias name? Yes, good question. That is what I explained already, right? See here, department ID. So we have to match it with this department ID, this column. So because we removed other columns, we are writing the override query. If you go to lookup condition, sorry, return field, in the return field, we have only 2 fields, department ID, department name. In this field, we have to match it, these 2 fields, department ID as department ID and other columns as department name. So that's the reason. Okay, we have to use the alias name. In order to identify, Informatica should identify, so which column it is. This combination is which column we are returning. For that, we are using the alias name. We can use different name also for alias name. Okay, no, we cannot use different name because what is the return field here? Department ID. Okay, we cannot change this name. That's the reason we have used same name. We cannot use this name, this column name. Okay, thank you all. In our previous session, we have seen lookup transformation, connected and unconnected lookup. In our today's session, we'll start with the next topic is called lookup policy on multiple matches. So what is this option, right? For example, if I take, this is the source table. Okay, so this is the source table. This is our source table and this is our lookup table. Okay, so lookup. source table for one of the column value, I'm getting some column value 20. In lookup table, we have values. For example, I will take these values in lookup. So we have some values here. Same department ID. I will take it here. So this one, we will take it like a department underscore ID. Okay. This is like a department underscore ID, one column value. So any IDs we can take. So department ID. Same here also we have the department ID. DEPT underscore ID. So we have to match it here in the lookup table. So we have 10 department 10. It's nothing but HR department. Department 20. It's nothing but some admin department. Okay. Department 30. Finance department. Department 40. So we have some purchasing department or sales department. So we have some departments are it. So these are the departments. So if we have this way, so if we have the department ID is coming from the source and it will find the matches here, right? It will find the match. So 20 and 20 will get matched and then this admin will be returned. So for this, we will get return port is this admin. So in some cases, if I have duplicate value in the lookup, okay, if we have duplicate value in the lookup, for example, here, due to some reasons, we have the duplicate value. Yes, it may be the real scenario also. We may have some duplicate value. Same 20, department ID 20, we have some other departments. Purchasing department, okay. So I will take it in this way. Purchasing department, we have 20. So now Informatica will go and search. Okay, so 20 and 20. So now Informatica is finding multiple matches. Am I correct? So this one, we will get two matches now. So this is called multiple matches. So if Informatica found this multiple matches, then what could be the return value? So in order to take, we have 5 different options. So what are those options? In IICS or Informatica Power Center, this is the options. So first one, it will have return first row. Okay, so whenever it is finding matches, so it will make ascending order. Okay, alphabetic order. Then based on that, it will return per first row. So out of these two, so 20 admin, 20 purchasing. So it will return admin as the first row because A is the alphabetic order, ascending order. So if we select multiple matches, so we have one options here, lookup policy. Okay, multiple matches. So this will have return first row. Second option is return last row. So in this case, it will make ascending order. Last row is purchasing. So it will return purchasing. So one more option, by default, we'll have one option, return any row. So any one, it may return admin or it may return purchasing. So any row, this is nothing but default option. Okay, this is the default option in Informatica Power Center also. We'll have this option, return any row. Or, so we have one more option is called report error. So report error. So report error means the task will fail. Okay, it will fail. It will automatically fail and then we'll get error message. So this is nothing but these are the 4 options we have. So this is nothing but lookup policy. So we'll call it as lookup policy. Multiple matches. So we have here in Informatica IICS, we have multiple matches. So this way. So if we get multiple matches, which one we have to consider? So this is what we have to. So take it. If I get multiple matches, which one I have to return? Okay, one more options will be there. So because of this option only, lookup transformation is called it as active transformation. So what is this what is this option? Return all rows. Okay, return all rows. It is nothing but, so whenever multiple matches found, so it has to return all the rows. Because of this property only, lookup transformation is called active. So why it is active? So because, for example, here department ID 20 is coming, so it will take 20 admin. So one record. So 20 admin. Same 20 will get one more record, 20 purchasing. So this one. So because of these two records, for one record from the source, we will get two records as output. Okay, so two record as output. So because of this reason only, so lookup transformation is called active transformation. Okay, sometimes in interview they will ask whether lookup is active or passive. So you can answer them. Okay, so we have one property called lookup policy, multiple matches. So if we get any multiple matches in the lookup table, so based on the property what we are selecting, so it will be active or passive. So return all rows is nothing but active. So other options are passive. So because it will return the same number of records. So whatever we are getting, so same number of record get, so because it's a left outer join, right? So but here we will get more number of records. Because of this property, lookup is called active transformation. We will see this one in by using some practical example where we'll have it. So it is because of some real-time scenario. For example, okay, so if it is matches, we have to get both values. It matches, we have to report the error. So we should not get any duplicate value on the lookup table. So based on the scenario requirement, we have to choose the options. Okay, some requirement will get this option, some requirement they will ask us to select this option. For some reasons, yes, we'll get this one only. By default option is this one. So for this one, we will take one example. I'll go to this source file directory. I will take this particular file or this file, department as flat file. So here we are going to look up this file. Okay, flat files we are going to look up. So I will open this. This is a CSV file. I'm just opening in Excel and see here. So this is the value we have. Department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. So we have here. So here 30 purchasing, same value here we have 30 banking. So purchasing and banking. So which one is first value? Banking is the first value by alphabetic order, right? Okay, so this one we will take it as a lookup table. Okay, so I will take this one. This is the lookup table. We will log into IICS. I have already started the services. So all the services should be up and running. So now I will open this data integration module. I will create a mapping. We will see this option practically. So by default, most of the scenario, it will be default options, return any row, but based on the scenario, okay, business use case, we have to select the options. Just I'll go to new, create a mapping. I will create a new mapping here. So just I'm creating m underscore lookup underscore policy. I will take the source. Source, I'm going to take this table, the HR schema. So I will take this particular table, employees table. So employees table. So we have department ID, right? Employees details, and we have the department ID. For each department ID, I have to find out. So what is the department name? So which table I have to load here? The core schema, I have one table, select star from T underscore employees underscore department. So this is the table I have. So by default, initially I will truncate this table, make sure that no data is available in this table. I will truncate. So the table has been truncated now. There is no data. So here up to here I have employees details I have to load. So here we have department name and location. So these two data we have to look up, these two column value, right? Yes. So now I will open this Informatica. I'll go to source, take the source table, Oracle underscore SRC. So I will take the source table as employees table. So take this employees table here, click OK. And go to this target. I'm just taking the target also. Just I'm taking the target connection. I will take the target table. T underscore employees underscore department. Just I have taken the target and I'm just enabling truncate and load. So before loading that, it will truncate and load. So manually we have truncated already. Okay. Okay. So now I will take lookup. So here I'm just taking the lookup transformation. So which one we are looking up? Flat files. Go to lookup object. So open this connection. So flat file connection we have already created. So this is the flat file connection, source file location. Just I will open this and lookup object. So select this lookup object. It's nothing but that CSV file, right? So this is the CSV file. Just I'm selecting this file. Click OK here. So here we have one option, multiple matches, right? So by default, what is the option here? We have return any row. So that is option. This is the default option. Okay, so if multiple matches found, return any row, any one of the row. Either it return banking or it return purchasing. Everything is fine. Since it is a flat file, it will not have any other options here. Okay, SQL queries, so nothing will be there. Okay, so just to go to formatting options, check whether all the formatting is correct. Yes, it is correct. And if you want, you can preview the data. Okay, now go to lookup condition. So we'll make the condition. Here we are getting the conflict. Just we will resolve the conflict. Just to go to the resolve conflict source, we'll make it like, okay, source is coming from employees underscore. Source is employees underscore, right? So click this plus symbol, add lookup field, department ID equal to department ID from employees table. So this is the lookup table field. So this is the incoming table field. So both should be same data type. See here, here it is a decimal, here it is string. Why? So because lookup object, where the lookup object columns will be there, return fields. Go to return fields. Since lookup is flat file, so here all the columns are there at the string. But here it is not matching, right? So string and then decimal, we have to match it. So go to return field. Since it's a flat file, don't remove any column. Edit metadata. So you have to change it. End string. It should be number data type, number of four digit department ID. Department name is string only, 255 character. Manager ID is number, 4 digit. Location ID is number and 4 digit. So we can make 4 digit or 10 digit. So whatever it may be. So this is what. So now we will go to lookup conditions. We will check it whether, okay, so both are decimal. So that's correct. So advanced options. Okay, so there won't be any advanced options here. So we'll leave it. So now we'll go to this target here. We already taken the target table. Go to target field mapping. We will do the field mapping, smart map. So these columns are coming from employees table. For example, here manager ID, department ID, both are coming from departments table. Instead, we can take it from employees table also. So take this employees underscore manager ID, employees underscore department ID. Okay. So here we have department name and location ID. So these two field is coming from the flat file, the lookup table. So now we will save this and we will run it. We will create one task for this. So no need to create task. We can run it without task also, but always create a task. Okay, MCT underscore lookup underscore policy. Lookup policy. So runtime environment, choose this is the runtime environment, whichever the respective runtime environment mapping, select the mapping. Lookup policy, select it. So you'll get mapping here, lookup policy. So go to next. So these are the options. So whatever the options we want, we can select it. Just I'm not selecting any options, just to save this. So I'm going to run now. We will check what is the value we are getting for the department ID 30. So 30, right? Yes. So what is the value I'm getting? Whether I'm getting banking or purchasing. So any row we have selected as any row. So it may select any value. Just I'm running my jobs. Just to refresh it. Starting queued. It will be running. Success. All the 107 records loaded. So here we are getting 107 only. It's a passive, right? So we'll check it now. So what is the value we are getting for department ID 30? We have to check purchasing department. Okay. So that is correct. How many records we got? Now 107. It is not more than 107. Okay. So because of that, this is passive. So now we will go to the options. Go to mapping. So here the lookup, just to open the lookup table, go to lookup object, lookup policy. So now I'm selecting first row. Save this in alphabetic order. So here we have banking and purchasing, right? So it will make caching. So while making the caching, it will make alphabetic order. So banking and purchasing. So which one should be the first one? Banking, right? So we will see whether it is selecting return first row. Sorry, we will run mapping task. I'm just running the mapping task. Go to mapping task, just run it. So we have already truncated and loaded. We have selected truncate and load. It will truncate and load. Starting, queued, running. Then we will get the status. Success. So now we'll check. It should have truncated and loaded. So now we are getting banking. See here. So banking. How it is taking banking? Based on alphabetic order. It will make banking one. Okay. So purchasing, it will not select. So now I will go to the other options. Return last row. So out of 2, what is last row? Purchasing. It should return purchasing. I'll go to mapping task and I will run it. So it will take purchasing now. So I'll put where class also to show you that. Okay. So where department underscore ID equal to 30. So here I'll show you purchasing. Now it has loaded purchasing. So how many records totally? Same 107 only. See here purchasing now. So next option is report error. If multiple matches found, report error. Okay, so fail the task. You just fail it. We should not get any multiple matches in the lookup table. Then it should fail. Yes, this is also one of the real-time scenario. So it's based on the requirement, we will mark it in this way. So we have to always check with the business team, business analyst or product owner. So what is the option we have to select? So based on the scenario, we have to choose it. So here we are getting warning. So warning means partial record has been loaded. So why we are getting warning? So because partial record has been loaded to the target. So those 6 records not loaded. Multiple match found in lookup. Okay, so that's the reason we are getting. If you go here, if you check here, you will get 101 record only. So there won't be any department ID 30. So if I want to fail the entire task, what I have to do? If I have to fail this entire task, I have to go to the advanced session property. So here I have to add the property called stop on error, right? So we have to enable this stop on error. Error handling stop on errors 1. If any one error occurs, we have to stop the execution. So then it will not load partial data, right? So even if it is error, we will not get warning now. It will be errored out. So that's a difference between stop on error and stop on error equal to 0, stop on error equal to 1, right? It's running, it is failed status. So it will not load any data. So we are getting multiple match found. So we are already seen. So what is the difference between the warning and failed, right? Yes. So this is the one options. So if you go and check, there won't be any data. Okay, one more option is there. The next option is called return all rows. Okay, return all rows. Multiple matches found, return all the rows. So if I get 107 record from the source, now we will get 107 plus 6 records. So because for 20, it will match 2 times, right? So 6 records additionally. So 113 record we should get. We'll check to run, just to run it. Starting, running, 113, right? Success. So 107 record incoming, but this lookup, it is increasing the number of record. So 113. So because it found duplicate value. So whenever the joins also, if we get any duplicate, the record count will be increased. So here we are getting 113. So because of this property, lookup is called active. How many records now? 113. So department ID 30, we will check it now. See here. So for each one record in the source, we are getting 2 records in the target. So same 114, we are getting banking 1, purchasing 1, banking 1, purchasing 1. For each record, we are getting 2 records in the output. So because of this property only, lookup transformation is called active. So what is this property is called? Lookup policy, multiple matches. I hope you are clear. Kindly practice it. You'll get clear idea. So based on the real-time scenario, the requirement, we have to choose either one of the options. Okay. I got few questions. Is it possible to create two tasks? One is for purchase, another one for banking. No, we cannot create a two task. Okay, so can we use abort function as well? Abort function is the business use case. Okay, so to validate this record, this one we cannot abort it. Report error means because of this property, it will fail. Okay, so mapping level, you need to make it like abort. So that is a business validation condition. So that should be from expression transformation. So this abort logic is nothing but it's a report error. Okay. And lookup policy on multiple match. Yes, I have given one exercise in the exercise lookup exercise. So kindly practice so that as well. Okay. So this is what lookup policy on multiple match. Kindly practice it. You will get clear idea. And sometimes in interview, they will ask questions. So I will take lookup caching separately. So one session, separate session for lookup caching and lookup and joiner. So what is the difference? When to use lookup, when to use joiner? So if we are going to join heterogeneous sources, okay, heterogeneous sources in the source level, in the source itself, heterogeneous sources is coming from the source itself, then use joiner. Okay, here joiner. So if you have any heterogeneous sources, okay, midstream of the pipeline, okay, so anywhere in the pipeline, here I have to look up, here I have to join. Yes, you can do lookup here. So look up some value, get some value out of it. So that is lookup. Okay, anywhere in the midstream, if you want to look up, yes, you can go for lookup. So based on the caching, okay, based on the performance, we can choose either lookup or joiner. If joiner we are getting some performance issue, we can go for lookup. If lookup we are getting some performance issue, we can go for joiner. So joiner we have index caching, data caching. Lookup we have static cache, dynamic cache, persistent cache. So all these three options I will explain later, caching options, but there is some difference between lookup and joiner. So joiner we can perform four different options, right? Four different operations. One is left outer, right outer, inner join, then full outer join. That means normal join, master outer, detail outer, full outer. That is what we can perform in joiner. Lookup is always left outer join. So how will you make lookup is inner join? So yes, we have seen already. So we have to filter that null value in the filter transformation after lookup. So joiner we can perform only equi-join. So equal condition only we can put it in the join condition. But in lookup we can use equi-join, non-equi-join also. Okay. So based on the scenario we have to use. So in joiner maybe we cannot use any SQL override query. Okay, SQL override query we cannot use it in the joiner. But we can write SQL override query in lookup. Okay, so that we can write. So I will write this SQL override query. We have seen yesterday, we have written some SQL override query, but I will write this SQL override query while taking SED types. So data cache, index cache is available in joiner. So here static, dynamic, persistent cache is available. Okay, joiner is used for joining two homogeneous sources or heterogeneous, mostly like heterogeneous only. But here lookup is to look up the data. Joiner is active, but lookup transformation by default it is passive. So because lookup policy on multiple matches, return all rows, it is active. So joiner is always connected, but lookup both connected as well as unconnected. Okay, conditional based join we can perform in lookup, so that we cannot perform in joiner. Okay, so these are the difference between joiner and lookup. So SQL override, we can write it in source transformation, not in joiner transformation. But lookup itself, we can write SQL query. So that's a difference I mentioned here. Okay. So I will share this document as well. Sometimes if they're asking interview, you can tell them this difference. Okay, these difference. Thanks for joining. Let us start our today's session. So we have already seen lookup transformation, and today we will start with the lookup caching. And whenever we are creating any lookup, right? If you assume that this is the left hand side, this is our source table. Right hand side, we have the target table, and we are looking up some tables. Okay, if you have some lookup table here, we are looking up some tables. It might be a target table or any tables. So whenever we create a lookup table, the lookup, it might be a table or flat file. So very first time Informatica while running, it will check whether we have defined any parameter or variable. Okay. So whether we have defined any parameter or variable we have defined. If we have defined any parameter or variable, so first it will read the parameter or variable, right? So then, so once this parameter variable has been completed, then it will go for the lookup. Okay. So it will create the lookup caching, will start reading the data from the lookup. So after creating the lookup cache, then only it will go for the data read from the source. So this is the order it will run. So first it will read all the parameters and variables, and then it will go for the lookup caching. So if you have this is the lookup table, if you consider, then if you are creating this lookup, so by default, Informatica will take static cache. Okay. So it will bring, it might be Oracle, it might be any data sources. Target might be again any data sources. It might be different database server, or it can be a cloud also. So whatever you are going to create, so it will create, Informatica will create a caching. Okay. So lookup caching in the server. So Informatica server. So what is the cache it will create? So it will create lookup caching on the server. Okay. So lookup cache on the server. So server only it will create Informatica server. So Informatica server. So it will create the lookup caching. So by default, it will create static cache. So by default, it will create a static cache. So whenever we are creating the lookup, right? So it will have the caching options. Automatically it will be enabled. Then it will create. So where it will create? On the Informatica server. Okay. After that, once it has been created, then whatever the source data we are taking, it will be compared with this lookup caching alone. And then it will take the data to this ID column. It will not compare with this particular lookup table every records. During the session runtime, say for an example, this session is running 10 minutes. During the session runtime, this caching will not change. It is a static. Okay. During the session runtime, this caching will not change. It is a static cache. So once the session has been completed, so this caching will get vanished. Okay. It will erase this caching. After that, it will take. So this is what it will run. So static cache means during the session runtime, the caching will not change. Okay. Static cache does not change while the integration service process the lookup. So it will not change it. So we have one more caching options, dynamic lookup cache. Sometimes what we will do, instead of creating this caching, for an example, here I have 10K records. Okay. But whatever the lookup we are doing, it has more records. So 10 million records here we have, or 1 million record I have. Okay. Or 1 million record I have. So when compared to the source table, the lookup has more data. So in that case, if I'm going to create a lookup caching, then it will impact on the performance. So normally we should not do this actually. So what we can do, instead of creating the lookup cache, we can remove the caching options. So Informatica will directly go and hit this particular table. Okay. So for this 10,000 record, and then it will take the values here. So this time it will not create any caching. Okay. Sometimes if you are facing any issues on the lookup, so then we can do this kind of activities. The dynamic lookup cache, we have one more lookup cache is called a dynamic lookup cache. So whatever it may be, the static or dynamic, once the session completed, once the task has been completed, the static cache or dynamic cache, it will get vanished. Okay, it will not be available in the memory, in the RAM memory. Okay, so this is what it will go for, the static and dynamic cache. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going for a dynamic cache. So dynamic caching means during the session runtime, the cache will it will get changed. Okay, it will change. For an example, here I'm going for the SCD type 2. Okay, SCD type 2, we can take this kind of caching, or say for an example, sometimes the interview they will ask, how will you remove the duplicate value? How will you remove the duplicate value on the column values, on the key column? So if I'm getting, it is not a full row duplicate. If it is full row duplicate, then I can remove by using distinct options. Even distinct option also, it will be more performance impact. It will impact performance. So why? Because distinct will create lot of memory, right? It will compare with each and every record, and then it will do the distinct options. But here, what we are going to do, it is not distinct of all the records, like a key column. So if you are getting a duplicate value on the key columns, so this way, if I'm getting one more time the same record, so how can I remove this record to load only unique record here, target, or SRE type 2? So how can we implement? So this type of logic. So for this type of logic, we can go for dynamic lookup cache. So what is the dynamic lookup cache, right? This target table we are looking up. You assume that the target table we are looking up. So target, we should not load any duplicate record. So that is what the requirement. Okay. So we are the source record. So initially the target doesn't have any record. When we are going to create a lookup, so it will not have any record, right? So I'm going to have this 100. So 100 is available on the source table, but it is not available on the target table. We have to insert the record, right? So 100, we are going to insert it on the target. So if the moment you insert here, then it is a lookup table, right? Then it will automatically insert here also. Actually, it will not do in this way. So whenever you are going to insert, if the record is not available, first it will get inserted on the lookup caching only. So 100 is not available. It will be compared with lookup caching, and then we will get one column extra. So whenever you are creating a lookup as dynamic lookup, we'll get one column extra is called new lookup row port. So this is the one column we will get it extra in the lookup caching. So what is the option we'll get it? We'll get three options, 0, 1 or 2. If we are getting the 0, so that means the record is new, it is getting inserted here. If you are getting new lookup row 1, that record has been inserted on the lookup. So that's what we can get. 0 means no change in the record. Sorry, 1 means it's a new record, and 2 means it's update. So by using this new lookup report, we can identify whether this particular record is new or updated record or no changes. Normally we will compare with MD5 functionality, right? We will take MD5 function and then we will compare with source MD5, target MD5, and we will create a flagging and then we will route it, right? So, but here the same way we can go for compare with this ID column only, but by using new lookup report, we can route the record. If the record is not available here, it will get inserted. Here also record will get inserted, right? 100 will get inserted. It will get inserted here also. Okay, next record. We'll go for next one. So what is the next record? 101. We will get 101 also, like a new only for new lookup report. So 102. It's again we will get new only. 10, again 1 is coming. For this record, we'll get no change. Okay, no change means for this record, we have already, the record is already available. There is no changes, then we will not insert. It might be on this column or full row. So if it is full row duplicate, you can ask me the question. If it is full row duplicate, you can do by using distinct in the source. Then why we are going for dynamic lookup cache? So by using distinct option in the source, it will take lot of comparison, right? The distinct option will compare each and every record, so it will take a lot of performance. But here it is very easy to do this, and most of the dynamic lookup cache SCD types, we can go for this dynamic lookup cache. Okay, so remember, for both static and dynamic, once the task has been completed, the cache will get vanished. Okay, so insert the row into the cache. The mapping task, insert the row when the row is not in the caching. Okay, the mapping task flags the row as insert. Similar way, rows update and no change, unchanged. So this way we have the three options here. New lookup report. So just to go through this particular document, you will get clear idea. So whatever I have explained so far, so it will be available now. We will take this scenario and we will do SCD type 2 implementation by using this dynamic lookup cache. Okay. So I will give you the source and target table. So just to create this table and load the data, I have given the DDL statements. So use the DDL statement. I will share this particular document to create source table and target table. Source table, you can put some data by yourself. You can insert some data. So here I have some data here. I'm going to do type 2 implementation. See, we have already completed SCD type 2 by using different methodology, right? So MD5 or normal we have routed. But here also I'm going to use MD5 only. But this time I'm going to use dynamic lookup cache. So how to use dynamic lookup cache? See now. Okay, so this is the target table. I have the customer key. It's nothing but surrogate key, right? Yes. Customer ID, customer name, mobile number, city, effective date, end date, and MD5 checksum. So one extra column I just create. What I'm going to do? I'm going to truncate table, table name. I'm just truncating. There is no data in the table. I will create the mapping. I will create a new mapping here. It's very simple. Same SRE type 2 what we have seen already, right? The same only. I will go to mapping first. I will take the mapping. Okay, if you are getting this type of error, you are trying to create a mapping, but you are getting this type of error. So if you are getting this type of error, it is due to you have logged in this particular account more idle time. So that's the reason. Okay, so you can log out and log in again and log in. Okay. Sometimes connection also we might be getting this type of error. Okay, I will use one mapping, new mapping. So since we have already seen SRE types, it's very simple only. I will create M underscore SCD underscore type 2 dynamic lookup caching. Okay. I'll create the source here. The source table is this dynamic lookup cache. I will go to the connection ORCL underscore SRC, use the connection here. So you can take any connection. Okay. So you can take SQL server, MySQL or anything, any tables also you can take. It's just you can take dimension table, any one dimension table. Okay. So now I have I have to take this table, right? This table I will take dynamic lookup caching. Okay, I created this one. I will take this table. So I'll go to the target table. The target table, use the target table here. Go to select statement. I can use dynamic lookup caching. Same this table. This is the table, right? Yes. I will use the table. Do we need to do truncate and load? No. It is a SCD, right? Don't truncate and load. And we are going to generate MD5 function. We have to generate MD5 function. So just I will create one expression to generate MD5 function. So I will open this expression just to create one MD5. So I will create in underscore MD5. Okay. It's a string and how many characters I have to put? Minimum 32. So don't forget, otherwise it will not generate correct MD5. So MD5 of, you can use customer name, concatenation, mobile number, concatenation, city. Do I need to use customer ID? No need. But in order to create a unique number only, but I'm including customer ID also, but no need to include. Okay. So just adding this value also to generate some unique numbers. That's it, hash value. So I will take this hash value here. Then what else I need to create? I need to create two more columns. So what is the column? In underscore effective date. Effective date. So what is the date? date here, effective date, system date. So configure, you can make this date here. Yes, validate. One more column, in underscore end date, effective date, end date. So date and time, I can make this way, configure it. So end date will be, so where is end date? I can take this one. So end date equal to this date. So you can take this one, 2 underscore date of, this is the end date. You can use this way. Yes. And now I will go to the lookup. See, lookup, it's very simple. Just you can see here. I will open the lookup. So this lookup, we are going to make dynamic lookup caching. So I will take lookup object. So lookup, we are going to make the target table. So ORCL underscore TGT. Target table, E underscore, or the dynamic one I will select. So this is the dynamic table, right? Yes. So now I have to use the lookup condition. So what is the lookup condition I have to use? This field conflict I have to make, there should be a src underscore. So make src underscore customer ID. Customer ID equal to the source customer ID. Okay, lookup customer ID equal to source customer ID. Customer ID and customer ID I'm going to compare. And for the lookup, I will make the new lookup report based on the MD5 function. Okay, go to return field. Do I need to have all this field? No, I need only this MD5 checksum. I will remove this field. I need customer key for the targets or update logic, and customer ID for insert logic, and MD5 for new lookup report. Remaining port, I will just remove it. Okay, no need to have this port. So just remove it. Then go to advanced one. So here you have to make the lookup caching. See here, lookup caching by default enabled. So if it is enabled, it will create a static cache by default. But we want to make dynamic lookup caching. So just to enable this lookup caching. So the integration service will create, it will dynamically change the lookup. So while making the dynamic lookup cache, we have to enable insert else update logic. See what is the meaning, right? It will insert the record in the lookup caching, or it will update the record. So based on the data. Okay, it will flag it, right? So we have to enable this option. And also we have to enable this option. Okay, so dynamic lookup cache, this option. So what is this option, right? Output old value on update. So whenever we are having output, right, the output we are taking, so that time we need to take the old value also. So why? Because the old value and new value will be compared. Okay, it tells that, okay, it has been updated. So it defines whether the old value for output port. Okay, if you take output port here, the old value of output port will be output when updating a row in dynamic lookup caching. Okay, the old value will be taken. That's what it will go for, this one. So we have to enable these three properties. If you are enabling the dynamic lookup caching, the one more option will be enabled. What is the field extra one you are saying? Field mapping, right? If you are not enabling this, then it will not be available. See here, if we are enabling, the field mapping will be enabled. Okay. So what I'm going to do, go to field mapping. So here we have to do the field mapping here. So before going to do the field mapping, go to the return field. In the return field, you can see here dynamic lookup cache enabled. We got one extra field. So what is the field? New lookup report. It is an integer field. It will have only three values: 0, 1, or 2. These three values only. Okay. Then if you see the comparison here, ignore in comparison. So which one we are comparing to create this new lookup report? By using MD5 checksum. So I will ignore this customer key and customer ID for the comparison. Sometimes in the Power Center also we'll have this option, right? So sometimes the interviewer, they will ask, so what is that ignore in comparison? So if you are going to compare some field, if you do not want to compare those field which is available in the lookup, then you can make ignore in comparison. Then the field mapping, we have to map it. Which one we are comparing? By using MD5. So take MD5 from the source. So take it here. Okay, this one only. But these two field, no need to map it. No need to compare it. Why? Because we already mentioned that it's a no comparison, but it is a mandatory field. So you can make the same customer ID here. Customer ID to customer ID. We do not have any customer key. Why? Because customer key is coming from the lookup. So since it is, we are not going to compare it. So take this customer key itself. Okay, so customer ID itself we can take. These two field it will not compare. Okay, so clear. The lookup object, we have to take the lookup object, and here you can go for advanced. So sometimes if you are making advanced here, it will not create this field mapping. Go always this advanced. Lookup condition, field mapping, return field, the advanced option, everything we have created. So now I will create a router. No need to flag it. So just I can make the router. So based on the new lookup report, I will route it. So I will take insert options here. Insert. I'll go to update. Update here. Then insert options I will make. So when should I insert the record? If I'm getting new lookup report equal to 1. Right? If I'm getting new lookup report equal to 1, I have to insert it. Similar way, if I'm getting new lookup report is equal to 2, I have to update the record, right? I have to update the record. Yes, that's it. We have splitted the record into two groups. So this is what. Since it is SC type 2, right? We will take a lookup object, go to advanced here. We will make this lookup filter. This is the filter condition, right? Yes, we have to take. So what is the column? End date equal to this date. So end date, it should be the last date. Okay, so we'll take this one. So otherwise it will not take the latest record, right? So we have to take always this one. Okay. So now I will take the router. In the router, we created two groups, right? One group for insert, one group for update. So just to take the insert group here. So we can directly insert it. And we need to take a sequence generator, right? Yes, we have to take the sequence. I will take the sequence here. Open the sequence and go to sequence. So here you have one options. Disable the incoming field. I do not want any incoming field. So just to take this. Open the target. So just to take the target, I will show you the preview data so that you will get clear idea. This is for insert logic. Go to field mapping. Customer key will be next val port. Customer ID will be source customer ID, source customer name, source mobile number, source city, and effective date, end date. It is source effective date, source end date. MD5 checksum will be source MD5 checksum. Okay, this is normal. Normally how we will put, right? Similarly, this is for insert logic. For update logic, we have to put same insert and update, right? I will copy this target, Control C, Control V 2 times. Just put 2 times here. Okay, so here I will take this one. This is insert logic. Insert, new record insert. In that way I can say, okay. New record insert. This is update record insert. Update record insert, update record update, right? Update record update. Update record insert, I will take this way. Open this, go to target. I think font size. Okay. So take the target. Here it is insert only. Go to field mapping. Same only. No need to change it. Then I'll go to the update. Update. You can use update here or update or data driven. So you can use data driven here. Based on which column? Based on the customer key column, I have to update it, right? Yes. I'll take this way. Go to field mapping. Normal. This is a normal one. Clear mapping. Based on the customer key, I have to update the end date equal to effective date, right? Yes, that's it. Am I done with all the logic? I hope everything I have completed. So first what we did it, we have taken one expression, we created MD5 checksum value, effective date, end date. So this one we already in the MD5 function itself we have seen, right? Then lookup. In the lookup only we are defining as lookup as dynamic lookup caching, and based on this it will automatically change. We are routing the record, okay? And it will get inserted or updated in the lookup cache first. Based on that, we are routing the record. Okay, lookup first inserting, then we are inserting with the target table. Do I need to create a mapping task for this? Yes, we have to create. Why? Because we are using sequence, right? Yes, we normally will create for all the tasks. MT underscore dynamic caching. So dynamic lookup cache. Go to next. The sequence current value, initial value. So you can make it like 1. Then if you want to schedule it, you can schedule it, finish it. So we created mapping task also. So I hope everyone is clear. So just I'm going to run. If I'm going to run now, it should insert all the records. How many records we have as of now? 3 records. If you see the lookup, if I open the lookup, I'll go to preview data. So as of now, source we have and target we do not have. So what could be the new lookup report for all the 3 records? So new lookup report will be 1 for all the 3 records. We'll check it. See here, left hand side, new lookup report. We are getting 1, 1, 1. So if it is 1, we are going to insert it. See, we are not getting any record from the lookup caching, right? Source we have the MD5, but target we do not have any MD5. We are comparing customer ID and this customer ID. If we are getting new, then we are inserting it. So it will flag it like insert. So based on a new lookup report, it will get inserted. Okay. So first we will run the mapping task. We will run it. We'll check whether it is inserting all the data. It should insert. All the 3 records has been inserted now. See here, source we have 3, insert, new record insert, 3 record, new record update. Sorry, update record insert 0, update record update 0. So there is no update. Sequence is next value is 4. Okay, I'm not going to insert or update any record in the source. So just I'm going to run it one more time. See the mapping now. I'm going to check lookup row, new lookup row. So what could be the new lookup row now for all the 3 records? 0, right? You can see here, new lookup report will be 0. So always, if you want to do debugging, so just to preview the data, each and every transformations, so that you will get it clear idea. See here, 0 for all the record, right? So based on this only, based on this lookup value only, we are routing the data. Clear? Why we are getting 0? So why? Because this MD5 checksum value, this MD5 checksum value, customer ID, both are equal. Customer ID will not get compared, only with MD5 checksum value it will get compared. Okay, so now we have, if I'm going to run now, it should not insert or update any record in the target. 0 records. Okay, 3000. Yes. So what I'm going to do now? So I'm going to make one record update. The source, I will update manually. I will update. I'll go here. S underscore customer underscore dynamic lookup cache. So this is the table, right? Yes. I'll go to this table. I will update this record. Any one record I can update. Okay, so this is the record. I'm going to update it. So it is a CD type 2, right? It will take the previous record, the history. So now I will show you the lookup preview data. So now if I'm going to run the preview data, the record one which I updated, right? So for that we will get new lookup row port will be 2, other new lookup row port will be 0, 2, 0, 0. So why? Because for this one only we have mobile number here and mobile number. Okay, lookup mobile number we haven't taken. Why? Because we are taking the MD5 checksum value. Since this mobile number I have changed it, source MD5 checksum value will get changed. So we are comparing with target. So based on that, we are creating this particular column. Okay. So now if I'm going to run this mapping task, it should insert one record. It should update one record. So you take some duplicate value on the source table and try the same way. You check whether it is removing the duplicate the target table. Okay. Or you can check it in online. How to remove duplicate record by using dynamic lookup cache. You will get some workaround. You can do it. Similar way, how I did it, right? Similar way. 3 records, 0 record for insert, 1 record for insert update. So whether it has taken the history, yes. See here, this is the one. So effective date is today's date, end date is 999. And then we have this record with the previous mobile number. Effective date is today's date, end date also today's date. This checksum value has been changed now. Okay, I hope you are clear. So this is what you have to practice, the dynamic lookup caching. So sometimes in the interview, they will ask, what is dynamic lookup caching? You can tell them whatever we have seen, right? You can explain them. But remember, static and dynamic lookup cache, once the once the task has been completed, the caching will get vanished. Okay. So now we will go for persistent cache. Can I store this cache in the memory? Can I store this? Same way it works in Power Center also. Yes. Power Center also it will work in the same way only. Okay, so Power Center also same way you can do the dynamic lookup cache. If you have Power Center, just to try the same options, uh, it will work. So that is the reason if you are having Power Center mapping while you are migrating Power Center to IICS, whatever we did the transformation logic, so that same thing you can do it in IICS also. We have to do. That is what. Sometimes we will migrate the existing mapping into new mapping. Sometimes we may go into new development project. If you are getting into new development project, you will not migrate any old one. So there will be separate team will be there. They will do all the migration, but you are concentrating on the new development. So whatever the way you want to explain in the project levels. Okay. But here I will go to the one more lookup caching is called persistent cache, right? So what is persistent cache? So persistent cache means This cache will be there in the server. Okay, the server, it will get stored in the cloud server, but while session is running, after running, it will get downloaded in the our local secured agent also. If you go to C drive, program files, Informatica Cloud Secured Agent, apps, data integration server, and here you will have data. So here you will have one option, lookup caching. Yeah, caching here, right? See, as of now, I have some caching is created. I will remove this cache. Okay. So there is no caching. See, whenever we are running a preview, right? So that time also it will create. So whenever you are running preview, data preview, it will create some data preview sheet in our local only. We are running the preview. Like yeah, I have executed the preview here. So this should be created in the this particular task only. You can see here if I open with the Excel only, right? Okay, Excel or comma separated value file. So whatever we have seen, so that value will be there here only. It will create while preview data, it will show you here. Okay. Maybe this is different. This is different. Effective date, end date. And this might be a different one. This is lookup one. So it will from here only it's showing, but it will download this file here. So it will create, Informatica will create a caching file here. If it is a static and dynamic, it will not be stored permanently. Fraction of second it will create and then it will get vanished. But here it will be created, the persistent cache. Okay, so where we will use persistent cache? For an example, you are looking up some tables. That is static table, some reference code you have. Okay, no need to look up every time. Just you can persist in the memory. Very long time it will get changed. If it is getting changed, then you can update the caching. Otherwise, no need to update it every time so that it will not impact the performance. So persistent cache means after the session completed also, the caching will get stored in the database, in the server. So when will you use this persistent cache? So I will go for some logic in any task or task flow. If I want to use the same lookup table, okay, same lookup table multiple times, same lookup table multiple times. See here, I have one session here. 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 Or task, you can say in this way. I have multiple tasks here. So parallel and sequential way, I have multiple tasks. So once this is complete, this will start session one. This is completed. These two will run in parallel. Okay, parallel task. S2, S3. Once S2 completed, this will get triggered. S4, and this will be S5. Session 5 or task 5. You can name it a different name. S5. Once these two completed, this will get triggered automatically. S6. Okay, task 6 or anything. We assume that you are going to use, you are using same lookup table in multiple sessions. Here also, here also, here also. One lookup table to create in the memory, it is taking 5 minutes. Okay. So 5 minutes it is running to create lookup caching alone. Lookup caching to create it is taking 5 minutes. If you are using static or dynamic, it will create once this task has been completed, it will get vanished. Again it will create, again it will create. So you are spending 20 minutes for all the 4 tables. You are spending 20 minutes to create the same lookup table. We have seen already, right? So once you lookup table you are running on the same task, it will create again and again. So what you can do, very first time you can create here. After that, you can use the same lookup in this place also, this place also, this place also. So how can I use it? So while creating the first lookup, we can make it like it's a persistent cache. It will be there in the server. So then in the persistent cache, you will give some name, ABC or some name you can give. The same name you can give it here. For an example, I'm giving name like ABC. Same ABC you can give it here. Then this task again, it will not create any caching. It will take the same cache. But say for an example, today you have executed the session 1. This task flow has completed. Tomorrow while running, this source table, that lookup table has been changed. In that case, you have to update this lookup, right? Otherwise, if it is there in the persistent, then you cannot update the value. So in that case, you can update. Persistent, you have to enable the recache options. So one option will be available in the lookup. If you are creating lookup as persistent, it will ask, do you want to recache? Yes, we want to recache the first session only. Okay, so don't enable recache for other sessions. It will use the same lookup so that 20 minutes will be reduced with 5 minutes, right? So 15 minutes you can save. So why? Because you are not going to create these 3 lookup again. If it is same lookup table, if it is different lookup table, yes, we have to create, but same lookup table you are going to use in the same task flow. So then you can go for persistent cache. I hope you are clear. So what is persistent cache? We will take one scenario. If you look at this scenario, I think I already created. So here I created two mapping. One is m underscore persistent cache 2. Another one is m underscore persistent cache 1. So what is that? This one, right? It has just I have taken the source table as employees table. Lookup is the departments table only. So this one T underscore employees underscore department. So just looking up departments table. Similar way, I took two mappings, persistent cache 1 and persistent cache 2. Okay, cache 1, cache 2, and task flow persistent. One task flow I have taken, one task flow. If you see the task flow, this task flow, I will open the task flow here. So this is the task flow, persistent cache 1 and cache 2, right? Okay, first I will open the persistent cache 1. So just to create this mapping, source employees table, target is T underscore employees underscore department. I need department name here. Okay, I need department name and location ID. You know, right? We did this logic for connected lookup 1, right? Then I'll go for the lookup. In the lookup, everything is same, but in the advanced, I will make the caching enabled, but here I'm using persistent cache. Okay, for first mapping, I will use recache options. First mapping, I will use recaching option. I have given name for the lookup is persistent department. Clear? Or I can give any name, even ABC also. For an example, I will give underscore ABC. Okay, underscore some value. The same name I have to give in the persistent cache 2. I'll go here, open the cache 2, same mapping only. I'll go to the advanced one. Same name I have to give here. Persistent department ABC. This one. This is the persistent cache, but I'm not enabling a recache option. Okay, clear? I'm not enabling recache option. Save this. I'll go to the task flow. So take one task flow. First one, I'm just calling the first mapping task. You have to create one more mapping task. That's it. And second one, second mapping task. I'm going to run this. Okay, so I'm going to run. Now you can see it is running. Once this is completed, it will get triggered, but it will create the caching. See here, persistent department underscore ABC. One is data cache, another one is index cache, another one is log file it will create. So Informatica only it will do it. Index cache, data cache. So index caching will be created on the join column. Okay. So now if you see, it should have completed. Yes, both are completed, right? So now I will go to task. I will download the logs. Okay. This is one cache one. This is cache two. First task I will download. Download the session log. First one. So just check here. So connect to the repository, all this it is doing, and then it will create a lookup caching. So lookup uses the database connection. Start. There is no pre-session command. It will go down. It will create lookup caching. Where is that? Yeah. So you can see here lookup transformation. Lookup default SQL to create lookup caching is. So this is the one it is making, right? So if you want to remove the order by, just we have already seen increasing the caching, all this. So this is the lookup caching options. If you go a little bit down, it will show you lookup has been created. Okay, see here lookup cache creation completed, right? Lookup table row count is 27. Lookup caching is 27. It is creating the lookup cache. Created a new cache file persistent in the name of this one. Data cache index cache. Yes, lookup index caching size, data caching size. So finished transformation for source qualifier. No more lookup cache to build by additional concurrent pipeline in the current concurrent source set. Okay, that's what it is making the statement here. Okay, so it will not, it is saying that no more lookup cache to build. I will take the second one. So second one, if you see, I'll change this one. If you see the second caching, this is first caching, this is second one. It will use the previous lookup caching. See here, using existing cache files persistent for this one. Okay. If it is, you may ask question, if I'm removing some column here, it has some 5 columns on the same table, one more same table, departments table, but it has 3 columns only. Can I go for persistent? No, it should be same columns, same tables. Okay. Same number of columns. This is the way persistent cache will work. Persistent cache means it will be persisted in the memory. You can use that. If any reference table, you are thinking that this table will not change over the period of time, you can create that particular option as persistent. You can ask me one more question. Can I create a lookup caches both dynamic as well as persistent? Yes, you can create dynamic as well as persistent. I hope you are clear. Just to one time you try to do it. So then you will get clear idea. So what is this persistent cache will do all this. Okay. I hope you are clear. What is the most commonly used lookup caching? Most commonly used lookup caching is static cache only. Static cache. Okay, so dynamic cache, persistent cache, based on the requirement, we will use it very rarely. 90% you will go for static cache only, but very rare scenario will go for dynamic lookup cache and persistent lookup cache. If you are getting the same lookup table multiple times on the same task flow, then you can go for this way, persistent cache. Otherwise, you can go for static itself. In case in future data in lookup table changes, how we will update the persistent cache. That's what we have given the recatching option, right? Very first time. So recache options we have given, then it will create recaching. It will, whatever the data has been refreshed, it will automatically refreshed. But in case of one single single task, you have to do manually. That means manually you have to remove that, you have to put the recache option enabled, just to deploy it, then it will do the recaching. Okay. Recache from source, yes. We have to enable that recache options. So then it will create. After that, again, you can see that's what, if it is not going to change over the period of time, then you can give as persistent. Otherwise, you have to give persistent with recaching only.